Chapter 26. Brother Yi Feng, can you kneel down and apologize to Chen Luo? Then Chen Luo will be willing to let Wang Qing's family go. If you let them go, Chen Luo has already promised me, so, can you help me? Brother Yi Feng. Sha Qingyu used the most humble tone and said something that made Yi Feng very angry. To be honest, this should have been posted by Sha Qingyu. I'm afraid Yi Feng will have to label her. Dare to make me, Yi Feng, kneel down. You have the means to die. However, even if a woman. This made Yi Feng feel a little disgusted. But who is Yi Feng? Right angle. Although he had countless concubines and countless opportunities. But in terms of how to deal with people, Nyalmkyuk said it was above board. Yi Feng is synonymous with justice and sunshine. Sha Qingyu is a girl. Therefore, Yi Feng would not complain about Sha Qingyu at all. He would only blame everything on the villain Chen Luo. Yi Feng knew it very well. This is definitely the conspiracy of the eldest son of the Chen family. Damn Chen Luo, how dare you let my sister Qingyu suffer such an injustice? I am not done with you in this matter. Just wait for me, I will definitely avenge sister Qingyu. Yi Feng gritted his teeth. Now, he only hates himself for being young. I wish I could give him more time. Yi Feng said that Chen Luo had no qualifications to challenge him at all. But Yi Feng is the protagonist. I won't blame it all on time. Like the men in many novels. That's a challenge beyond your level. Even if you are hunted down by other people's ancestors. Kakeb seldom accuses the other party of taking advantage of their age. Since you are a man, you must have extraordinary courage. Invincible in the same period, crushing opponents of higher levels. A young man fighting against those old monsters. It's considered normal operation. Therefore, Yi Feng calmed down quickly. Start thinking about countermeasures. As for Sha Qingyu, he replied righteously, Sister Qingyu, don't worry. I will handle this matter. Kneeling down to Chen Luo is not my style. But don't do this. I have a way to help Wang Qing's family get through this difficult time. You should go back and have a good rest, Sister Qingyu. Yi Feng's words brought Sha Qingyu back to her senses. At this time, she had already left. Standing in the shadows, looking at Yi Feng's news. Sha Qingyu suddenly woke up. What am I doing? I actually want Brother Yi Feng to kneel down to Chen Luo. How could I have such an idea? Sha Qingyu, wake up. Brother Yi Feng, how could you be inferior to Chen Luo? Sha Qingyu's love for Yi Feng came back again. She was inexplicably angry. This Chen Luo is really too arrogant. Humph. Sha Qingyu clicked on the contact and sent a new message to Chen Luo directly. Chen Luo. I'll ask you one last time, do you want to let Wang Qing go? If you continue to pester her, Brother Yi Feng will not let you off easily. Sha Qingyu felt that if Chen Luo knew his mistakes and could correct them, then maybe she would say a few words for Chen Luo. If he hadn't woken up, then I can only accept the punishment from Brother Yi Feng. In Sha Qingyu's heart, she had a very good impression of Yi Feng. Niel, Chen Luo saw the news about Sha Qingyu. I was completely stunned. Is this guy crazy? Chen Luo was speechless. He has decided to suppress Yi Feng. Then how could Yi Feng still rise? Not only that, after Chen Luo told Lin Yun about the incident at Wang Qing's breakfast shop. After hearing this, Lin Yun immediately said that she wanted to intervene. Student Chen Luo. How can I be left out of such a fun thing? Lin Yun showed a sly smile on her face. The two villains hit it off right at this moment. Chen Luo felt very happy. This is the right choice. Chen Luo really didn't understand why Chen Luo, the villain in the urban evil story, was here. Do you have to walk with Sha Qingyu? Looking back, choose Lin Yun, isn't she great? This female villain is so fragrant. And it made Chen Luo even more excited. After Lin Yun finished speaking, her pretty face suddenly turned red. After struggling for a long time, she finally spoke. Student Chen Luo, by the way, do you really have no feelings for Sha Qingyu? I think Sha Qingyu is dressed very beautifully today. Lin Yun is testing Chen Luo. She wanted to know the answer. I want to know what Chen Luo is thinking. Chen Luo's idea was very simple. Then, I don't like it. Well, I don't feel anything anymore. That kind of woman is not worth wasting my time on. Chen Luo thought of himself in the setting of the book. That was extremely obedient to Sha Qingyu. As long as Sha Qingyu said a word, Chen Luo would be excited and come to help her with his fantasies. No matter if they bring meals every day, ask about my well-being, or help with payment. Nyalmkyuk said he was available whenever you called. But Sha Qingyu often looked impatient at that time. His attitude towards the villain Chen Luo was as indifferent as water. Words like, oh, and, let it be, keep coming out. Chen Luo thinks that Chen Luo is the villain in the book. Kaikelt has been licked to the extreme. Sha Qingyu, however, did not appreciate it at all. On the contrary, Sha Qingyu was completely obedient to Yi Feng. Even if Yi Feng has hundreds of wives, Sha Qingyu didn't mind. In this case, what's the point of Chen Luo licking his hair? He doesn't have this kind of self-abuse tendency. Chen Luo's words fell into Lin Yun's ears. She was so happy. Lin Yun felt that this was the right way to go. That Sha Qingyu is really not worth it. In that case, Lin Yun said that she would do more for Chen Luo. After all, her current relationship with Chen Luo, it's pretty good. As for Sha Qingyu, Chen Luo smiled and replied directly, "Wow. Then I'm happy to wait." Chen Luo's words made Sha Qingyu very angry. When she saw it, she turned off the phone immediately. And expressed in the inner, "You bastard. Humph. Just wait and see. When brother Yi Feng shows off his power, you'll be in trouble." After returning to the dormitory, Sha Qingyu took off her black stockings. She is very depressed today. And here is Chen Luo. Before Sha Qingyu came to find him, Lin Yun told him that the 50 million had arrived. Chen Luo is in a good mood. Therefore, he decided to buy those houses in Yuncheng. Originally, Chen Luo only planned to purchase a batch of cheap ones. Because he only has 10 million in funds. Now add Lin Yun's 50 million. Then Chen Luo will have more room to display his abilities. Lin Yun was not afraid at all that Chen Luo would squander her 50 million. Lin Yun doesn't care. She didn't care if she lost everything. This made Chen Luo think of something more. The villain Chen Luo in the book is so outrageous that he licks women. Chen Luo actually couldn't figure it out. Why do many people say that in TV dramas? There is always that kind of villain who is obviously very powerful, but just likes silly and sweet girls. Then compete with men for women. Is it interesting? Is that the only silly and innocent girl in the world? Let Chen Luo come anyway. If he had that much money, he would never be a bootlicker. However, compared to Chen Luo's ease, Yi Feng said some harsh words. But he had no system help and could not do anything. Fortunately, Sha Qingyu's attempts to find Chen Luo to solve the problem were fruitless. She decided to help Yi Feng. Sha Qingyu came to Wang Qing's breakfast shop. After tasting the breakfast made by Yi Feng, she was naturally astonished. "Oh my god. Brother Yi Feng, this breakfast you made is so delicious." Yi Feng was in a very good mood after receiving such feedback from Sha Qingyu. He smiled brightly and said, "Well, then it's up to you, Sister Qingyu. Please help spread the word. I believe we will get through this difficult time." Sha Qingyu nodded heavily. Yi Feng said that Sha Qingyu came to help with the promotion. "I believe the breakfast he makes will definitely sell well. I have to say, this method is effective. After all, Sha Qingyu is the campus beauty of Nanchang University. Her beauty alone can attract a large number of followers." Time flies, and a few days have passed. There are still very few people coming to eat the breakfast made by Yi Feng. This time, even Sha Qingyu was puzzled. But wait until they go out and take a closer look. Sha Qingyu, Yi Feng, Wang Qing and others were dumbfounded. Because they saw the people sent by Chen Luo. On the stall, it was written, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times lottery. Yi Feng was stunned for a moment. Wang Hong, 100 times. I want to go and draw the lottery. No one in Wang Qing's family could believe it. Isn't this outrageous? Can you really be so willful if you have money? 100 times, then each person would have to give out thousands of dollars. 10 people with 10,000 yuan, that means 100,000 yuan a day. Just to make their breakfast shop lose all business. Wang Qing's parents were completely in despair. "Forget it, let's just move out. We can't win." Wang Qing's parents had never seen such a scene before. The power of the young master of the Chen family is simply too great. To be honest, Wang Qing's father felt. The young master didn't send anyone to smash their store. The Lord has great mercy. If they don't know the rules, they will be in trouble. Wang Qing's mother thought that she should go and apologize to the young master. Let Wang Qing go. Although Wang Qing was very reluctant. After seeing Chen Luo's power, she became scared. The most important thing is Nolp. This time, Yi Feng seemed to be at a loss. Damn, spending hundreds of thousands every day to grab business. How can Yi Feng cope with it now? Sha Qingyu is certainly a beauty and has a good publicity effect. Nielmai can get hundreds or thousands of yuan in pocket money every day. Who would refuse this? Most people can't resist. Chen Luo's reputation grew because of this. As for that, Chen Luo asked them to increase the multiplier. Of course, because of Lin Yun's joining. Lin Yun's financial resources, squandering hundreds of thousands every day. It's not even enough to pay the interest for their family. Sprinkle some water. At this point, Yifeng was completely defeated. He was at his wit's end. At the Wang family's side, Wang Qing's parents sternly asked Wang Qing to apologize. Finally, Wang Qing had no choice but to find Chen Luo. Chapter 27. At this point, Wang Qing could no longer maintain a straight face. She really felt how terrifying this rich young master was. If it were anyone else, they wouldn't have the courage and determination to do this. Spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every day just to make an ordinary breakfast shop lose business. This is outrageous. The normal procedure is to spend a few hundred or a few dollars to hire someone to smash the breakfast shop. Every time they opened it, they smashed it. In this way, isn't it economical? Don't worry about any big risks. But Chen Luo's main character is an irritating one. If you just send people to cause trouble, Wang Qing's parents would be terrified. But Chen Luo's actions. The four members of the Wang family not only felt fear, but also complete submission and despair. They knew Chen Luo's size. In addition, Chen Luo also knew it. If you use traditional methods, you will definitely not be able to defeat the protagonist. Send people to smash up the Wang family breakfast shop. When the time comes, Yifeng will be able to defeat 10 people at once. This not only becomes troublesome, it also gives Yifeng the opportunity to show off. Chen Luo is not that stupid. He used this trick to make Yifeng, who now had strength, have no place to use it. Yifeng's mentality was a little unstable. So, this time, he was completely defeated. His exquisite breakfast did not even have a chance to be used. But Yifeng is the male protagonist after all. One or two setbacks would certainly have no impact on him. At least, Yifeng completed the system task. He really got better at cooking. If Yifeng has the chance in the future, he can make delicious breakfast again. Of course, Yifeng didn't know it at that time. His future road will be full of ups and downs. Moreover, Yifeng actually had no intention of letting Chen Luo go. His mind is now full of thoughts, all of which are about growing up quickly, so as to take revenge on the young master of the Chen family. Yes, as Long Aotian, Yifeng will naturally avenge his enemies. Chen Luo, just wait for me, I won't let it go like this. Yifeng gritted his teeth. He felt that if Chen Luo was coming for him, that's fine, but this guy actually bullied Wang Qing's sister. The most important thing is, he also bullied Qingyu's sister. After Yifeng knew about this, naturally, I couldn't stand it at all. He was furious. I secretly swore in my heart that I would rise. Sister Qingyu, you are my woman. Chen Luo, I will not lose to you. Yifeng didn't think that even though he had a system, he would still be defeated by a tiny Chen Luo. He quickly regrouped. Then, another woman's figure emerged in Yifeng's mind. Her name is Chen Ruizu. Yifeng already has a new system task. Ding. Main quest. Please find Chen Ruizu and develop a new game with her. After completing the task, the host will be rewarded with 100,000 RMB and programming proficiency skills. Ding. Side quest. Host, please pinch Chen Ruizu's face. After completing the task, the host will be rewarded with more introductory computer knowledge. Ding. Side quest. Invite the host to date Chen Ruizu. If the date is successful, the host will be rewarded 10,000 RMB. Ding. Side quest. Please hug Chen Ruizu for more than 10 seconds. Task completion. Reward for writing basic skills. Ding. Side quest. Please find a suitable time to confess to Chen Ruizu. Task completed. Reward host painting ability improvement. Ding. Side quest. Invite the host and Chen Ruizu to a date in the swimming pool and witness what Chen Ruizu looks like in a swimsuit. Mission completed. Reward host's acting skills improved. Open black lens bracket bite, close black lens bracket. Looking at my mind, system tasks kept popping up. A smile also appeared on Yifeng's face. His previous depressed mood was almost swept away. Even Yifeng himself sighed. This is a system, it's awesome. It's like cheating. In Yifeng's opinion, these tasks. It's no different from giving it to him for free. Because Yifeng knew Chen Ruizu. I have discussed programming knowledge with her before. Yifeng said that he was also interested. I even helped her chase away someone once who came to bully her. As a result, the two developed a deep friendship. At least from Yifeng's point of view, he didn't want to take Chen Ruizu. It shouldn't take much effort. Of course, Yifeng wouldn't use force. He thought he could start with something simple. For example, pinch Sister Ruizu's face first, then hug her in your arms. The more Yifeng thought about it, the more excited he became. I feel like I'm about to take off again. When I think about what will happen with Sister Ruizu in the future. Yifeng was looking forward to it. Haha, By then, my sister Ruizu and I will write a small game and sell it well, and I will use this to turn things around. Master Chen Luo, just wait. I, Yi Feng, will definitely trample you underfoot. Make you apologize to Sister Qingyu. Yi Feng said with a solemn vow. But, in Yi Feng's opinion, there was nothing wrong with what he did. What's wrong with being ambiguous with Chen Ruizu? As for Sha Qingyu, Yi Feng never thought about what harm this would cause to her. He did not feel the slightest bit of guilt about his affair with Chen Ruizu. Yi Feng didn't care whether Sha Qingyu would understand or not. He felt that his sister would definitely understand. This was Yi Feng's setting. Bulldozer. If Sha Qingyu can't accept it, then Yi Feng would be really angry. However, Chen Luo apologized to Wang Qing. He didn't accept it at all. Chen Luo, I'm sorry. I was wrong, will you forgive me? What happened before was my fault. It's too late for you to apologize now. Wang Qing, I still have a lot of time to play with you slowly. Chen Luo's true face was clearly revealed. Chapter 28. To Wang Qing, Yi Feng is the white moonlight in her heart. Such a man can only be described as perfect. What else can I say? Anyway, according to the setting in the original book, Wang Qing can be said to be extremely obsessed with Yi Feng. Not only did she take the initiative to throw herself into Yi Feng's arms, she also served as Yi Feng's vanguard. As long as it's for Yi Feng, she is willing to do anything. Even if I see Yi Feng with other women, Wang Qing would only feel that. My brother Yi Feng is really outstanding. For example, wow, brother Yi Feng, you're actually with XXX. She's the daughter of XX Group. What? Brother Yi Feng has a scandal with XX Star. Oh my god, that's amazing, he is worthy of being my brother Yi Feng. I really envy Qingyu, she can actually hold hands with brother Yi Feng, woo, I also want to. As for those villains, Wang Qing only felt endless disgust. Her attitude towards villains is, how dare this young master touch our Qingyu's hand? This is really too much. Do you think you are so awesome just because you have some money? It's so funny. Haha, Qingyu would never fall for a guy like this. Can't afford it even if she's rich. She just relies on her family. I would rather ride on brother Yi Feng's bicycle than ride in the luxury cars of these young masters. Huh, I don't know how many women have ridden those luxury cars. It's disgusting. But now, Wang Qing was stunned. She suddenly realized, that's not right. Young Master Chen Luo only loves one woman. On the contrary, it is Yi Feng. He was flirting with Qingyu just now, and then, he was dating another woman. Yes, although Wang Qing saw it, they did not do anything excessive. But in the middle of the night, a man and a woman were walking silently in the park. They looked so intimate, even if these two were innocent. That's too much. What about Qingyu? Wang Qing was even angry at this time. She felt that this was very wrong. Brother Yi Feng. No. Yi Feng, how could you do such a thing? If Qingyu knew this. Wang Qing hesitated for a moment. Somehow, as if possessed by some infernal force, I managed to secretly film this scene. Then he sent it to Sha Qingyu and said, Qingyu. Look, it's Yi Feng. He's walking with another woman. Wang Qing was very clear about the relationship between Sha Qingyu and Yi Feng. Yi Feng clearly stated that he liked Sister Qingyu very much. Even though the two of them haven't officially confirmed their relationship. Almost the same, but Wang Qing sent this message to Sha Qingyu just to see what she thought. The result shocked Wang Qing. Sha Qingyu replied quickly, what's the big deal? Wang Qing, a man as outstanding as brother Yi Feng must have other women around him. It's okay. But this guy, Humph, actually secretly took a walk with another woman behind my back. I'll punish him when I get back. If this were in the original novel, and was read by some readers, that would just be cool. The reason is very simple. Look, wow, this male protagonist has captured another beautiful girl, so impressive. 666, worthy of being the male protagonist, I hope the author will accept all of them and not let anyone go. This is actually normal. After all, the pressure of real life is so great. What's wrong with reading a fictional novel to relax and fantasize? It can be placed in the world of novels. When these characters in the novel wake up, they are not calm. Yes, Wang Qing looked at Sha Qingyu's answer. People are numb. She couldn't help but complain in her heart. No way, Qingyu, you are not angry. In fact, if it follows Wang Qing's original setting, at this time, she would definitely agree with Sha Qingyu and say, that's right, brother Yi Feng is so outstanding. Qingyu, you have to work hard, otherwise, be careful of being ignored by brother Yi Feng. Then, Sha Qingyu would say coquettishly, HMPH, don't worry, I will definitely not let brother Yi Feng slip away from my hands like this. After saying that, Sha Qingyu would then take out a pair of black stockings or a brand new uniform. Next, everything is self-explanatory. Usually it doesn't take more than a few chapters for Yifeng to enjoy himself again. As the male protagonist of a bulldozer harem novel, he is either flirting with the heroine or on the way to flirting with her. Wang Qing's mentality was a little broken. Her inner good impression of Yifeng suddenly disappeared without a trace. Before thinking about her, I had a quarrel with my family because of Yifeng. For Sha Qingyu to confront that young master Chen Luo, make your life a mess. Wang Qing didn't know what to do. This is normal. She is just a supporting actress after all. When Sha Qingyu was bullied, Yifeng said he would help her get back on track. Wang Qing is just a stepping stone for Yifeng to complete his mission. No, this plot failed. Yifeng immediately abandoned Wang Qing. Turn around and start to attack Chen Ruizu. There is no way for Yifeng, who has a system. At this time, only Chen Ruizu could help him. Only by relying on Chen Ruizu can Yifeng have the opportunity to rise. To be honest, if Wang Qing came to me at this time, Yifeng still felt a little troublesome. He would not drive Wang Qing away, but he would feel helpless in his heart. And interestingly, at this time, Chen Ruizu was traveling with Yifeng, immersed in Yifeng's tenderness. I don't know why, but Chen Ruizu always feels that this man named Yifeng has a unique charm. Chen Ruizu and Yifeng have known each other for half a month. She felt that this man not only understood programming, but was also responsible. There is a breath of sunshine all over the body. Chen Ruizu unconsciously wanted to get closer to Yifeng. The most important thing is that we have only known each other for half a month. Yifeng didn't make any unusual moves. No physical violence or hooliganism. This made Chen Ruizu herself a little unable to control herself. I want to remind this idiot. Chen Ruizu was still pouting in her heart, acting like a complete little woman. Exactly the same as Sha Qingyu at the beginning. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. After all, you will become shy in front of the one you love. But it would be too outrageous to give up the bottom line out of shyness. In the park, Yifeng told Chen Ruizu that he had an idea to develop a game with her. Upon hearing this, Chen Ruizu was stunned. Those eyes were full of starlight. Really? Brother Yifeng, you want to develop a game with me? Okay, that's great. I have the same idea. Well, when the time comes, you come and help me. I believe that we can definitely develop a small game that will be popular all over the country. Even, develop it abroad. Yifeng has a system. So, he has this confidence. Chen Ruizu didn't know. However, Yifeng's pie was drawn. As one of the heroines, of course she ate it all unconditionally. Chen Ruizu nodded repeatedly. Yeah, I believe you, brother Yifeng. Chen Ruizu had a smile on her face. Yifeng also felt extremely relaxed. He also didn't feel the pleasure of conquering the heroine. Yes, there is only a desire to rise. Yifeng continued to swear in his heart. Chen Luo, I will pay you back double for what you did to Sister Qingyu. Yes, this is what Yifeng was thinking while taking a walk with Chen Ruizu. It was Sha Qingyu. And this is just the beginning. In the future, Yifeng will have many more ambiguous objects. Compared to the pusher, Yifeng's side has the best of both worlds. He felt much more at peace with Chen Luo. Chen Luo knew that if he followed the settings in the book, at this time he must be licking Sha Qingyu. Send her all kinds of messages to show her concern. But don't lick it afterwards. Chen Luo's life is very comfortable every day. There is no need to chat crazily with Lin Yun. After all, Lin Yun was also very fond of Chen Luo. Without Chen Luo chasing after her and licking her, the atmosphere between the two of them was very relaxed and pleasant. Chen Luo didn't feel the slightest bit of anxiety about the other party not replying to his message. In addition, Chen Luo also took time out these days to visit Yuncheng. With Zhao Long and Zhao Hu, and the 50 million given by Lin Yun, Chen Luo found a friend and asked him to take him to negotiate deals with those who wanted to sell their houses. This friend knew that young Master Chen wanted to buy a house. He came running over immediately and handled everything very well. Chen Luo doesn't need to worry about anything. He even wanted to take Chen Luo out for some fun. Chen Luo refused. Although this person didn't know why the young master of the Chen family suddenly wanted to buy this unwanted house. But in his impression, the financial resources of the young master of the Chen family were amazing. This person thought that perhaps, it was the young master's willfulness. Maybe he felt that this place had room for development and progress. You know, rich families are not afraid of their children spending money. I'm afraid my children will start their own business. But, some young masters have no skills at all. Relying on the love of his family, he thinks he is awesome. Therefore, some ideas of starting a business and rising on their own will arise. In the end, it was all in vain. The speed at which he spends money is countless times faster than that of living a life of debauchery. Perhaps, this is also the case for the young master of the Chen family. Maybe this young man asked his family for tens of millions of dollars in order to invest in real estate. It's just attracting the attention of passers-by, which is just like throwing money on the street. That shabby place is worthless now and is extremely remote. Anyone with a discerning eye knows that there will probably be no development in the next few or even a dozen years. Buy that place. What's the point? But the guide gets paid. Therefore, he would not say anything bad about this young master. Kko and still boastful. Chen Luo doesn't care about any of this. He felt that he still had to thank Yi Feng. In other words, he knew the plot. This is his reliance against the male protagonist. In short, this place will definitely have great development in the future. Yi Feng has also received this system task. The system asked him to come to Yuncheng to buy an unfinished building. According to the original setting, Yi Feng was rich at this time. Because they helped the Wang family, they made money. In addition to the pocket money given by Wang Qing, Sha Qingyu asked Yi Feng for some money. Yi Feng completed some small tasks by himself and saved a lot. It is possible to buy that unfinished building. But, Yi Feng didn't get anything good from the conversation at Wang's breakfast shop. Sha Qingyu asked Chen Luo to borrow money, but Chen Luo only said one word: get lost. This made Sha Qingyu very angry at the time. The money Yi Feng earned from completing those small tasks. It's not enough. By the way, Yi Feng still owes Chen Luo more than 100,000 yuan. It was several months later that this area was converted into a school district housing area. Yi Feng has to pay back the money first, otherwise he won't be able to come. That's why Yi Feng went to find Chen Ruizu. He plans to complete this system task first. Otherwise, Yi Feng at this time would not be able to survive. Just come and buy a house. But, even if Yi Feng has money, that's too late, because Chen Luo has basically bought all the houses available in this place. Chen Luo took over the unfinished building directly. It only cost more than 200,000 yuan and it was easy to get. To be honest, Yi Feng wouldn't have a system if Chen Luo didn't know the plot. It's really hard to imagine. But, there aren't so many ifs in this world. Afterwards, Chen Luo bought all the cheap houses in the surrounding area that he intended to sell. The total cost was more than 30 million. The guide was dumbfounded. Xin Xiao sighed. This young master is really stupid but rich. Tisk tisk, if I had this much money, I would just put it in the bank and live off the interest, and I would never make such a risky investment. Not only does this place have no room for appreciation, it may even continue to decline in the future. Wouldn't this investment be a loss of several million in vain? If something bad happens again, the loss may be tens of millions. What a loser young master. The guide complained silently in his heart. But Chen Luo didn't care about these. Even if he knew, he would just sneer. Spendthrift. In a few months, I'll be a billionaire. Chen Luo was too lazy to explain anything to others. After doing all this, he took Zhao Long and Zhao Hu and returned home. As soon as I arrived at school, Lin Yun sent me a message. Chapter 29. How is it, brother Chen Luo, have you completed your investment? Chen Luo smiled. Of course, sister Lin Yun. That night, I'll treat you to a meal. Shenxiao restaurant, see you there. Lin Yun extended an invitation. Okay, see you later. Chen Luo also agreed. The two of us get along very well. However, Chen Luo knew it. It's actually not that easy to pursue Lin Yun. In the original novel, Lin Yun has always liked Chen Luo. But, after all, it was because Chen Luo was not with Lin Yun. I didn't feel the pressure. If the villain Chen Luo in the book comes back to look for Lin Yun, then, the Lin family will naturally intervene. And now, if Chen Luo wants to choose Lin Yun, he must use his own means. The female villain Lin Yun is very attractive, but the female villain's family is not so easy to fool. However, for Chen Luo, one advantage is that Lin Yun has a very high status in the Lin family. So, as long as she persists, even though Chen Luo is a poor boy, the Lin family will also agree. But Chen Luo naturally didn't want to make Lin Yun feel embarrassed. No need. Now that we know the plot, we must do something. In addition, what Chen Luo thought at the beginning was, while the male and female protagonists are entangled, it is enough for you to just be a rich young master. But some things that happened later made Chen Luo understand. Such a thing as fate. It's not that easy to escape. Chen Luo and Yi Feng are bound to be entangled. So, I'll just have to try my best to cope with it. Naturally, what Chen Luo did was kept secret from his family. Chen Tianhe and Lu Yi both knew about Chen Luo's actions. But, they didn't say anything. Especially when we learned that this was the money Chen Luo invested in buying a house. The first 5,000 is from Lin Yun. The old couple were so happy. Oh my god, my good son finally got it. That's right, Lin Yun is a perfect match for our family. Sha Qingyu is a perfect match for us. That's great, that's great. I'd be so happy if Xiao Luo could be with Lin Yun. Both Chen Tianhe and Lu Yi felt the same way. That was definitely the most perfect ending for Chen Luo. Of course, if he really married Sha Qingyu. Chen Tianhe thought that his son would suffer in the future. And on Sha Qingyu's side. Although I've been through some things. But she still couldn't believe that Chen Luo really gave up on her. What Sha Qingyu cares about is this Chen Luo, even if she was told to get out. I didn't ask her to delete each other as friends or anything like that. Therefore, this made Sha Qingyu have fantasies. She felt that Chen Luo must still have feelings for her. If she really encounters any difficulties, Chen Luo will definitely help. You love me so much, how can you watch me get into trouble? Sha Qingyu thought proudly. Chen Luo would not be so ruthless. Before, I just thought it was because of Wang Qing's matter. Sha Qingyu thinks about it now. Wang Qing had indeed been quite harsh towards Chen Luo before. That's because of Wang Qing, Chen Luo even gave her his own face. It seems, that's normal, right? After thinking about it this way, Sha Qingyu felt much more balanced. She felt that she could still order Chen Luo around. It just takes a little more effort. Well, I can no longer be so indifferent to Chen Luo. Maybe, I should also take the initiative to say good morning. Sha Qingyu's thoughts have changed a little. She hasn't yet gotten over the fact that Chen Luo gave up on her. React. Sha Qingyu still believed that she was special in Chen Luo's eyes. Yi Feng also felt that the male protagonist Nawad would definitely rise. With the system in hand, you can rise. Then am I the same as trash? What a joke. But Chen Luo didn't care about these. Nawad also knows the heroes rise to power. That's not all. Chen Luo wants to block them all. Purchase an unfinished house in Yuncheng and develop a small game with Chen Ruizu. These are just a few of the routes. The rest are still there, for example. Spend money to rent a bar for a month, and pocket all the profits from that month, making a profit from the difference. But Yi Feng also gained little. Also, I invested in a well-respected shop in the school, and that shop later became very popular. All the students knew that the boss behind this shop was Yi Feng. The students were very surprised. Those female protagonists, one by one, began to look at Yi Feng with admiration again. They think their brother Yi Feng is simply too outstanding. And later, Yi Feng also invested in many other things. In short, this is the urban evil young man novel. In the early days, Yi Feng relied on the system. Invest everywhere or invest precisely. Make full use of those projects and resources that are favored by the public. In the end, he made a lot of money. Also get system rewards. The speed of its rise is extremely alarming. But now that Chen Luo is here, everything will be the same. At this time, in the Shenxiao restaurant, it has become a very common occurrence for Chen Luo and Lin Yun to come here to eat. Although the consumption here is extremely high. But for these two, it was just a drop in the bucket. Chen Luo also felt it again. Nos the joy of the female villains being together. Think of the girl in the book, licking Sha Qingyu. I didn't receive even a dime worth of gifts. This Sha Qingyu mainly focuses on a passive skill. Want her to take the initiative to give gifts to the villain. No way. Chen Luo remembered that Sha Qingyu soon gave herself to Yi Feng. I even made many exquisite handmade gifts. And save your living expenses to buy gifts for Yi Feng. Yes, Sha Qingyu couldn't be better to Yi Feng. To Chen Luo, it was like an iceberg. In this situation, if Chen Luo still licks Sha Qingyu, that's the brain bag. Is the female villain good looking? Lin Yun has treated Chen Luo to such delicious meals several times. The money spent was over 100,000 yuan. Lin Yun didn't care at all. Not to mention, she directly gave 50,000 to Chen Luo. This alone is enough to make Chen Luo fall in love with her. Rich sister, I'm hungry, I want to eat. If only I could eat as much as I want. Chen Luo wouldn't mind at all. As I said, just avoid taking 30 years of wrong paths. Sister, I can do it. I can do anything. Not to mention, Lin Yun would not make any strange requests to Chen Luo. She just felt that she should get along with Chen Luo as friends. Lin Yun was already very satisfied. She hopes to get to know Chen Luo better. Then keep walking with Chen Luo. and in the process of eating, Chen Luo also told Lin Yun many details about his house purchase. Lin Yun listened with great interest. Finally, Chen Luo smiled and said, "Sister Lin Yun, are you afraid that my judgment will be wrong and your money will be wasted in the end?" Lin Yun's answer moved Chen Luo deeply. "It's okay. You're my little brother, what are you afraid of? If you lose everything, just ask your sister for more." After saying that, Lin Yun raised the wine glass in her hand very casually with a bright smile on her face. Let Chen Luo be a little distracted. Nwa Nobs de Nobs sighed again. Chen Luo in the book was really stupid for licking Sha Qingyu. At the same time, Chen Luo also secretly vowed to be good to Lin Yun. Such women are worthy of men's love. Moreover, Chen Luo did not hide his plan from Lin Yun. Many ideas can be shared with Lin Yun. For example, "Sister Lin Yun, I'm a little optimistic about that Manhwa bar. I plan to buy it. This Manhwa bar is naturally the bar that Yifeng rented in the book. The reason why Yifeng was able to rent it successfully. This is because the proprietress of the Manhwa bar is also very optimistic about Yifeng. Yes, she is the heroine though. But he is still Yifeng's bootlicker. And, this is the setting of the proprietress of Manhwa bar." Chen Luo watched it at the time and had countless things he wanted to complain about. For example, the author said that the proprietress Meng Huan has been single since birth. Although she is already in her 30s, she has maintained herself well and still has her charm. She is not interested in men, she is aloof, with big wavy hair, and is a very hot and passionate woman. But in the end, this woman was easily controlled by the male protagonist, Long Aotian, Yifeng. The reason was simple, Yifeng helped Meng Huan deal with a group of thugs who came to cause trouble. The proprietress took a liking to Yifeng. After spending a few days together, I fell in love. At that time, Chen Luo felt. Nima, you've been single for so long and have met so many men, but you didn't feel anything. But after seeing the male protagonist, you fell in love with him in just a short time. Okay, even if the male lead is excellent, are you saying that you hate indecisive men the most? Chen Luo really wanted to say that this male protagonist had more than a dozen ambiguous objects in the early stage. You, a boss lady who likes loyal men, also fell for him. Is this a slap on your own face? Therefore, Chen Luo felt that these heroines and supporting actresses all had problems with their brains. Just blindly like the male lead and that's it. However, this is also important. The point is that Chen Luo wants to buy this bar and let Yifeng continue to experience the pain of not being able to make money easily. Lin Yun fully supports this. Just go for it. If you run out of money, just tell me and I'll get it for you. Lin Yun said generously. Chen Luo was instantly moved. Sister Lin Yun, you are so nice. Chapter 30. After the meal, Chen Luo considerately sent Lin Yun back home. He himself was also happy to take a rest. As for Yifeng, his relationship with Chen Ruizhu was developing quietly. Yifeng didn't go to see Sha Qingyu these days. He has already started to pursue a new heroine. How could I care about Sha Qingyu? Sha Qingyu certainly also plays the role of a heroine. Don't care. Just like her reply to Wang Qing. A man as outstanding as brother Yifeng must have other girls around him. This reminds me to work harder and not let brother Yifeng slip away from me. Sha Qingyu doesn't mind being cuckolded. Chen Luo expressed his approval. Has nothing to do with him. However, what surprised Chen Luo was. Even so, Sha Qingyu seemed to have not yet woken up from the beautiful dream of being a dog licker. She still felt that Chen Luo was being used at will. For example, 2 days ago, Sha Qingyu invited her roommates to dinner. As a result, they accidentally ordered too much. A few people spent 700 or 800 yuan. There is no way, Sha Qingyu is in the dormitory. Some people have no sense of boundaries. He was also a little vain, thinking that it was Sha Qingyu who was treating him. Just order some high-end seafood. Sha Qingyu was shy and didn't know what to say. Then it was awkward when paying the bill. Fortunately, at this time, a roommate next to him spoke up and reminded her, "Qingyu, go find Chen Luo. Hasn't he always paid for you before? What are you afraid of?" The woman's words reminded Sha Qingyu. She thought about it and felt that there was a little gap between herself and Chen Luo. It's just a few $100, he shouldn't embarrass himself too much, right? The more Sha Qingyu thought about it, the more arrogant she became. This is a chance for me to apologize to Chen Luo. Sha Qingyu has already learned how to attack herself. Even if Wang Qing wasn't there to instigate. Her thoughts began to become outrageous. Sha Qingyu thought that Chen Luo was willing to help her buy orders worth thousands or tens of thousands. It's just a few hundred yuan now. Then he should be extremely happy, right? This opportunity to perform in front of myself. Chen Luo won't miss it, right? After figuring this out, Sha Qingyu proudly sent a message to Chen Luo. Chen Luo, I came out to treat my roommates to a meal today, but I accidentally ordered too much. I don't have enough money with me, so you can pay for me. Don't worry, it's only a few hundred yuan. Chen Luo, who was taking a break, saw the news. Gu or num. No, big sister, you treated me to a meal and didn't bring enough money. What does that have to do with me? Chen Luo thought about it and was speechless for a while. I'm too lazy to even reply. Sha Qingyu was originally in a proud mood. Slowly it was worn away. What's going on? Didn't Chen Luo see it? Sha Qingyu was a little anxious. Several more messages were sent in succession. There is still no news from Chen Luo. The roommates nearby looked at each other in bewilderment. They had no intention of helping out. Kwo Jung just came out to eat for free. In the end, there was really no other way. Sha Qingyu called directly. Phone. Sorry, the number you dialed is busy. Chen Luo, hang up the phone. Sha Qingyu was completely dumbfounded. Until now, she has somewhat accepted it. Could it be that this Chen Luo? Do you really want to be a stranger to her? That's not what Sha Qingyu meant. Originally, Sha Qingyu wanted to make a few more calls. Nyelm she suddenly thought of it. Chen Luo had deleted him once before. If this happens again, it would be even worse if Chen Luo got angry and got blocked. There is nothing to be done. Sha Qingyu could only borrow money from Wang Qing to buy this meal. When Wang Qing arrived, her attitude changed slightly. But after all, she and Sha Qingyu are good friends. Wang Qing didn't say much. I just feel that Qingyu is really picking up sesame seeds and losing watermelons this time. And Sha Qingyu saw Wang Qing, and they both left. Sha Qingyu started to complain about Chen Luo. This Chen Luo is so infuriating. He didn't even want to help me pay for a few hundred yuan bill. Wang Qing, do you think he really likes Lin Yun? Wang Qing was not very aware of this. And if it were the previous one, Wang Qing would definitely say, that's right. This Chen Luo is too much. Qingyu, I suggest you ignore her for a week and let her know how powerful you are. Let's see if he dares to do it again after this. Humph. Then Sha Qingyu would feel that it made sense. And said, good. Humph. Evil Chen Luo. But now, Wang Qing said nothing. She couldn't say anything bad about Chen Luo anymore. The previous contact made Wang Qing suddenly realize something. Her personality changed. Sha Qingyu seemed to notice something was wrong with Wang Qing. However, she just mumbled a few more words. No further questions were asked. Dream Bar. This is a bar next to South City University. Although the bar is not big, it does pretty good business. Mainly because of the bar owner Manhwa, who is very beautiful. So many of them were directed at her. But the proprietress is not a pushover either. There are some thugs behind him, so few people dare to cause trouble. Not to mention provoking her. In the original book, there was a group of people coming from outside. After drinking too much, he caused trouble in Manhwa bar. The male protagonist was having a small gathering with a few friends in a bar at the time. Originally, the proprietress Manhwa was a little angry and was planning to take action. As a result, Yi Feng took the lead and knocked down those thugs with just a few punches. Therefore, the proprietress Manhwa fell in love with this handsome boy. Later, Yi Feng went out for a few drinks. They just got on board. It's a pity that Manhwa can only be regarded as a supporting actress. In front of bulldozer Yi Feng, she was just an inconspicuous one among his many concubines. There are few opportunities to appear in the later period. But Manhwa rented the bar to Yi Feng, and Yi Feng still made a lot of profit from the difference. The reason is very simple. After Yi Feng rented this bar, Sha Qingyu came to drink, and another beauty, Zhao Shihan, also came. This is also a pretentious point in the original book. The new owner of this bar actually knows so many beautiful women. Those guests who came to drink were all shocked. And why can I appreciate this goddess-level creature more? The number of customers in the bar gradually increased. Of course, Sha Qingyu, Zhao Shihan and others only work with Yi Feng. As for the men who came for them, these two heroines didn't even bother to pay attention to the birds. However, now, Chen Luo plans to block Yi Feng's path. He wants to buy the Manhwa bar outright. At that time, where can Yi Feng make the difference? Does not exist. Chen Luo knew very well what Yi Feng had done. Basically, there are systematic guidelines. Without the help of the system, it would be difficult for Yi Feng to accomplish anything. At the same time, Chen Luo also knew that this was another female supporting role he had come into contact with. Refer to Sha Qingyu and Wang Qing. Chen Luo knew that Meng Huan would probably not look at him in a good light. You can even just not sell it. These heroines and supporting actresses are set to be mortal enemies with his group. However, Chen Luo has already thought of a strategy to deal with it. As I said, this young master doesn't have much, but he has a lot of money. What's more, Chen Luo has already taken the path that Yifeng should have taken. Then what are you worried about? With the support of the super-rich woman Lin Yun, Chen Luo's life will only be happier. Push open the door and enter Menghuan bar. Chen Luo immediately noticed the beautiful woman with big wavy black hair at the bar. She was wearing a low-cut V-neck dress, a bodysuit, and leather pants. That outfit is very hot and has the charm of a mature big sister. Sexy red lips and fair skin. Chen Luo glanced around and found that many customers were secretly looking at the beautiful proprietress. Meng Huan had already gotten used to this kind of sight. Welcome. The proprietress Meng Huan didn't look up, but welcomed Chen Luo generously. But when she looked up, his brows wrinkled slightly. This looks familiar. Behind him, a younger brother suddenly stepped forward and reminded, Sister Meng, he seems to be the young master Chen Luo of the Chen family. Chen Luo. Meng Huan remembered that she had heard of this name. It is said that he is a playboy, but seems to be very infatuated. It seems that he likes a certain girl and has liked her for quite a long time. Meng Huan didn't have a good impression of this young master. Just like the setting in her book. Meng Huan also doesn't like those playboys who rely on their families. Meng Huan started from scratch and started her own business when she was a teenager. I have worked as a waiter, in the restaurant industry, and in many other hard jobs. Eventually I saved some money and opened a small pub like this. After several years of hard work, the pub was finally opened to this scale. Therefore, the proprietress Meng Huan admires those men who rely on themselves. For example, the male protagonist Yifeng. Speaking of which, if the system is not counted, Yifeng really started from scratch. He did all the tasks and things personally. It didn't mean that someone suddenly gave him millions or tens of millions to start a business. In addition, Meng Huan felt that a young master like this would have very little money. They will be very disrespectful. She has seen a lot. Over the years, there were more than a dozen men who wanted to win her heart with money. But Meng Huan was not interested in any of them. She thought that Chen Luo was probably the same as those rich and wretched men. At the same time, Meng Huan was also prepared. If the young master of the Chen family dared to do anything disrespectful to her, then Meng Huan will let him know what kind of hot women he should not mess with. Chapter 31. As the decent female supporting character in the novel, Meng Huan is of course full of righteousness. As for the fact that she was familiar with Chen Luo, she simply regarded Chen Luo as a scumbag rich second-year man who flirted with other women everywhere. Meng Huan also felt that there was nothing wrong with it. In her eyes, are all these rich young masters like this? Just like Wang Qing's initial impression of Chen Luo. She also always thought that Chen Luo was the kind of boy who treated women as toys. There will be no real feelings at all. Why did Wang Qing keep admonishing Sha Qingyu? He was just afraid that after Chen Luo got Sha Qingyu, he would get tired of her. A man like him who is surrounded by beautiful women. Why is there a shortage of women? If Qingyu complies, then her competition will be too fierce. I live in fear every day, imagining whether Chen Luo is with another woman. What's the meaning of such a life? Even if you become a rich wife, you will feel comfortable living, right? However, these heroines and supporting actresses never thought of this. The male protagonist Yifeng, in the original novel, is a bulldozer among bulldozers. Why else would Chen Luo want to bother with these female protagonists and supporting actresses with mental problems? It doesn't make sense. Chen Luo only wanted to have beneficial exchanges with them. As for the rest, Chen Luo doesn't need it at all. And what happened next made Chen Luo further confirm this guess. Coming to the bar, Chen Luo smiled and said, "A cocktail, thank you." "Sorry, no." Meng Huan's attitude was extremely cold. "Then have a cold beer." "Sorry, no." Meng Huan raised his head and said, "Chen Luo, so what do you have here?" "There's nothing here, just boiled water. Do you want some?" Hearing this, Chen Luo was stunned. "Fuck, are you crazy? I came to your place to drink, did I offend you? I'm so polite, just ordering a normal drink, why do you have to be like this?" Chen Luo reminded himself secretly in his heart. These female supporting characters who are close to the male protagonists are indeed problematic. He didn't have the tact to ask for a glass of boiled water. Chen Luo just replied, "What do you mean? Have I ever offended you?" Meng Huan sneered, Oh, a young master like you, do you really need to come to a small bar like ours to drink? Tell me, what's the matter? Manhwa is ready. As long as this young master dares to say anything rude to her. For example, I see you. How much money should I give you for a beauty like you to be willing to accompany me? Nothing, I just came to see you, the gorgeous boss lady. The empty wine bottle in Manhwa Cakewalk would fall directly on his head. She didn't care how strong Chen Luo's family background was. Manhwa only knew that she was easy to mess with. Any man who dares to tease her will end up like this. It just so happened that Manhwa felt that if this matter were to get out, then other men would definitely restrain themselves. Manhwa no longer wants to deal with those wretched men. As for if the Chen family takes revenge, Manhwa will definitely let them know. What a fierce tomboy she is. However, Chen Luo's answer made Manhwa a little stunned. I don't think there's anything good about drinking in your little bar. The decoration here is very nice. It's my favorite style. It's very quiet. Also, I heard that the cocktails made by the proprietress here are unique in taste. I just wanted to give it a try. Since the boss lady doesn't have anything, I'll just leave. Hearing what Chen Luo said, Manhwa was there. Quote. What do you mean? Is this young master here to tease her? Is he here to mess things up? Manhwa was confused. It was only then that her head began to buzz. And realize a fact. That is, this young master seems to have come to the bar alone. Does he look like he's going to cause trouble? This is totally like okay. He just comes here to have a drink normally, why are you so aggressive? Manhwa suddenly wanted to slap herself twice. She also knew what was wrong with her. Mingming Manhwa's first purpose in opening this bar was to put customers first. As long as the customer comes to drink, then Manhwa should welcome her with all her strength. What? A rich young man can come to a bar to drink? Manhwa suddenly felt that he seemed to have done something extremely stupid. If she had warmly welcomed the young master just now, would she have been able to attract more wealthy men? As long as they have any idea about her. What's the point? Manhwa also said that he understood what was wrong with him. She suddenly felt very guilty in her heart. Wait, are you here for a drink? Manhwa suddenly asked somewhat embarrassedly. The cold look on his face also disappeared. What she wore was a different kind of charm, a little woman's shyness. No wonder so many men like to come to this bar to drink. And secretly admire the beauty of the beautiful boss. This kind of style is really breathtaking. But Chen Luo replied in a surprised tone, what if you want to? I come to the bar to drink. Is it boiled water? Manhwa heard that this was a teasing towards her. But she was not angry at all. Fan quickly laughed and said, oh, I'm so sorry. I was also sorry, Mr. Chen, right. Come, please take a seat. I'll make you a cocktail myself. Don't mind it. Manhwa is not a bad person. She suddenly felt that this Chen Luo seemed completely different from the young masters in her impression. Since they are here to drink, let alone a young man, even if he was a beggar, Manhwa would greet him warmly. As long as the other party pays, it's fine. Chen Luo is not that stingy. He sat down calmly and looked around. There were quite a few people around him, and they all recognized his identity. However, Chen Luo's status in Nanchang is quite high. What's more, Chen Luo came out with Zhao Long and Zhao Hu. These two people are very meticulous and efficient in their work, and they are even better at fighting. In the original setting, it is very fierce. Except for the male protagonist who has system rewards, it is easier to beat. Other things, such as beating ordinary people. That's basically one punch per person. After all, the two brothers are as strong as bulls. Here, try it and see how the cocktail I made tastes. Manhwa laughed and pushed the light blue cocktail in front of her towards him. Chen Luo didn't really come here to taste the cocktails. He didn't understand at all. But Chen Luo still took a sip, and then said, you're right, the boss lady's cooking skills are impeccable. Chen Luo did not show various opinions on wine like Yifeng did. Manhwa was so fascinated that her eyes were almost blurry. But Manhwa was secretly delighted when he heard this universal answer. It seems that this young master is really just here to drink. Manhwa suddenly couldn't help but glance at Chen Luo. There was something strange inside her. The image of Chen Luo in her mind began to change quietly. Chapter 32. But Chen Luo is set as a villain after all. Manhwa wouldn't go to such lengths to fall in love with Chen Luo just like that. Then only the male protagonist can enjoy this treatment. An idea even flashed through Manhwa's mind. That's right, this young man is not as promiscuous as other rich men. If he wants to pursue me, I have to give him more tests. We must not let him succeed so easily. This guy will definitely not know how to cherish it. Meng Huan had some arrogant thoughts. Little did he know, Chen Luo didn't have this idea at all. Savor this cocktail slowly. But, at this moment, bang, the door was kicked open. A few drunken men came in arm, staggered to the bar. One of the men, who looked like a gangster with yellow hair and coxcomb, said drunkenly, "Boss. Lady, give us brothers a glass of cold beer, one for each." Meng Huan frowned. Although she said she doesn't reject guests. Even if a beggar comes, Meng Huan will give him a glass of wine he wants. But these people were drunk, and this kind of thing is often prone to accidents. In the Menghuan bar, most people have a drink, listen to music, and flirt. However, Meng Huan didn't say much. He turned around and gave each of these drunkards a glass of cold beer. But just when Meng Huan was about to pull his hand back, suddenly, the man with the yellow-haired coxcomb suddenly attacked and grabbed Meng Huan's hand. Then he spoke without restraint. "What a free hand, old boss lady, how about you accompany me tonight? I have a lot of money, I'll give you 1,000 or 2,000, is it enough?" Hee. It can be seen that the yellow-haired guy is drunk. In fact, these people are all gangsters in the vicinity. They had heard long ago that the proprietress of the Menghuan bar was quite pretty. "Look, tonight, a few brothers are drunk. Originally I was going to go drink. But the yellow-haired guy took the lead and said that he wanted to flirt with the proprietress. He said he felt the boss lady liked him. As a result, several of his friends around him didn't believe it. So, these people just pushed and shoved each other and came to Menghuan bar. Of course Meng Huan pulled her hand back immediately. At the same time, his eyes were full of anger. Behind her, several waiters and subordinates were already ready to make a move. But, at this moment, bang, the beer bottle exploded on the thug's head. Beer crumbs were all over the floor. There were some people watching a show in the bar. A playful expression suddenly appeared on his face. They were not worried about Chen Luo. "We mourn for these ignorant little hooligans. PFF'd, you are so blind that you actually angered the young master of the Chen family. These guys are going to suffer a lot. This young master of the Chen family is so decisive. Could it be that he really has his eyes on this lady boss? Tisk tisk, how enviable. If I were that rich, I would definitely not show mercy to her." Everyone in the bar was whispering. Some people think that Chen Luo acted so decisively. "Obviously, I am happy about this dream." They thought at first. The young master of the Chen family came to the Menghuan bar to drink, just to pick up the boss lady. This is normal. Sometimes young beauties get tired of eating and want to change their taste. Try the hot young woman, there's nothing wrong with that. That's why no one dared to come up and talk to me. Afraid of offending Chen Luo. Even Meng Huan herself thought so. Although the young master of the Chen family did not do anything out of the ordinary. But to say that he doesn't come for himself. Meng Huan didn't believe it. Especially now, Chen Luo suddenly took action. Teach these hooligans a lesson for her. That beer bottle just hit me. There was something strange in Meng Huan's eyes. She looked at Chen Luo with a charming look in her eyes. Meng Huan wanted to see how the young master of the Chen family would handle this matter. Of course Chen Luo would not fight himself. He threw a bottle down. Behind them, the two brothers Zhao Long and Zhao Hu rushed in immediately. Those thugs don't know Chen Luo's identity yet. Seeing my brother being raped, he immediately became furious and wanted to rush up and teach Chen Luo a lesson. As a result, he was grabbed by the collar by Zhao Long and Zhao Hu. Then he threw a few punches. With those strong fists, they were beaten black and blue in the face in just a few hits. "The bridge of the nose is crooked," Chen Luo said pretentiously. "Throw them away and don't disturb the boss lady's business." After saying this, Meng Huan's eyes became even more seductive. She suddenly felt that the young master of the Chen family was quite charming. Zhao Long and Zhao Hu are also very efficient in their work. The two strong men held one in each hand. "Take these 4 people and go out." The other people in Menghuan bar were secretly amazed. It is said that Chen Xiao's bodyguard is really brave. The muscles, the strength. It is estimated that these gangsters will not be able to come out unless they lie in the hospital for 10 to half a month. Even, with Chen Xiao's style, it might make them even worse. Taek Meng Huan is not too indifferent. At this time, she finally showed some interest in Chen Luo. Meng Huan slowly twisted her waist and walked towards Chen Luo. She was standing in front of Chen Luo, only a few fists away from him. Meng Huan moved her sexy red lips and whispered, "Thank you very much, Master Chen. As a thank you, I'll pay for your consumption tonight." Meng Huan felt that this was enough. Chen Luo knew that this would be the case if Yi Feng were to do it. Manhwa's words were absolute. Thank you very much, little guy. I don't know how I can repay you. Then the male protagonist Yifeng would pretend to be serious and say, how about buying me a drink? Then Manhwa's favor towards Yifeng will quickly increase, and she will invite him to the corner. The two talked face to face. Even in the original book, Chen Luo still remembered it. The book describes it. Manhwa and Yifeng chatted for half an hour. The woman took off her high heels. Nioi the legs in flesh-colored silk stockings, gently caressing. It can be said that this was the first time Yifeng and Manhwa met. It's full of passion. This is the hero Long Ao's popularity with women. No matter how awesome or cool the heroine is, the female supporting role will always be in front of the hero. They all look like cheap stuff. Our male protagonist of Long Ao is either flirting with women or on the way to being flirting with women. But Chen Luo didn't care about these. How the book describes Nolt has nothing to do with Chen Luo. He offered to help, but only so that he could have a better conversation with Manhwa about serious matters. No need to treat me. I came here to discuss a business deal with the boss lady. Chen Luo's words immediately made the smile disappear from Manhwa's face. She knows. Sure enough. This young master, you come with bad intentions. There was a hint of vigilance in Manhwa's eyes. Business. What business? Well, even your voice has become cold. Chen Luo couldn't help but complain again. The tragic fate of the villain in this cool novel. Not really, it's the first time you met the male lead. He helped you drive away a few thugs, and you were so proactive. Just because I'm a villain, you have to be careful everywhere. Fortunately, Chen Luo remembered to stay away from these outrageous female supporting roles. He got straight to the point and said with a smile, this is it. Madam, I want to buy your bar. What do you think? After these words were spoken, Manhwa was stunned again. She never thought about the business that Chen Luo mentioned. You actually want to buy her bar. Manhwa was a little surprised. She was somewhat nostalgic for the Manhwa bar. But actually, Manhwa likes money more. If he could get a fee directly, Manhwa could cash out smoothly. To be honest, Manhwa was actually a little fed up. For so many years, I, a woman, have been running this bar. Although the income is not bad, there are also many annoying things. Like what happened just now, there were hooligans coming to the bar to cause trouble, and they did it once or twice. Unfortunately, such a good thing is not so easy to come by. Manhwa has never seen anyone want to buy her bar over the years. There are many people who want to buy her out for a night, a month, or even a lifetime. Therefore, Chen Luo's words made Manhwa feel very strange. She also knew Chen Luo's identity. Therefore, Manhwa still had some small expectations. She continued with Chen Luo's words, oh, really? Then I wonder how much Mr. Chen wants to spend to buy my bar. Manhwa is not happy so early. She is still wary of Chen Luo. If this guy said hundreds of thousands or a million, Manhwa would probably get angry on the spot. Do you think you are a beggar? The Manhwa bar makes a profit of more than 100,000 yuan a month. It's not that easy to acquire. But Chen Luo's answer made Manhwa's head buzz. The whole person was frozen in place. Chen Luo, 10 million. The three simple words, Nolt, stunned Manhwa instantly. Looking at Chen Luo's eyes, they were no longer full of hostility. On the contrary, it becomes very friendly. Chapter 33. Yes, Manhwa never thought about it even in her dreams. Such a big piece of pie actually fell from the sky. 10 million. This is far more than the valuation of Manhwa bar. If this deal is done, if Manhwa suddenly became a multi-millionaire, she would be so happy. Especially, Manhwa just saw Chen Luo standing up for her. Even before I asked for anything, I was already impressed. Now, this young master is here to give himself such a big surprise. However, Manhwa is not the kind of person who would be easily carried away by joy. Chen Luo is the rich young master. No matter how Manhwa looked at it, he didn't seem like a sucker. It is said that there is no early rise without gain. What on earth is going on? Because of the setting of Meng Nyapnolt female supporting role. Plus Chen Luo is set as a villain. Manhwa began to doubt again. She thought that this kind of good thing was a blessing. It wasn't this young master of the Chen family who came to get it for himself, right? There must be something fishy going on here. Thinking of this, Manhwa slowly put away the smile on his face and said, 10 million. Mr. Chen, are you kidding me? How can my bar be worth so much money? You should have other requests, right? Chen Luo rolled his eyes inwardly. But he also expected that he, the villain, would do things in front of the supporting actresses and the heroines. It will be more difficult. Besides, he really didn't have any other requests. Of course, Miss Manhwa. Chen Luo answered sincerely. Manhwa understood immediately, it was true. It's not that simple. She even thought again, this Mr. Chen, is he really following his own ideas? Fortunately, Manhwa didn't say this. Otherwise, Chen Luo would probably have been angry and left. Are you so confident, woman? You must think I'm attracted to you. I want Manhwa to really say this. Then Chen Luo would just roll his eyes at her. But it missed the previous contact. Manhwa didn't want to waste this opportunity. So, she continued to ask, what is the request, Mr. Chen? My condition is that after you and I reach this deal, within 1 year, you will only spend the money yourself, never lend it or give it to others, and never invest it in anything. Do you agree? Chen Luo replied. Hearing this, Manhwa was dumbfounded again. What? That's the request. Manhwa never thought about it. She just thought, Mr. Chen wanted her to go and accompany him. I just want her to accompany other men. At the very least, you want me to help do something, right? The result is that you just don't want to lend the money to others. What to invest in? Then this is great. Meng Wanyuan was looking for a way to cash in. To be honest, she was tired. Although the bar was profitable, some shady people would occasionally show up. Meng Huan doesn't want to have anything to do with this kind of person anymore. Just like the yellow-haired guy just now. Although, even if Chen Luo didn't do it, Meng Huan will definitely make this yellow-haired guy regret touching her. But that feeling was something Meng Huan thought about after returning home several days later. Still feel nauseous. If you cash out the dream bar and go ashore, Meng Huan is 100% willing. Not to mention, the price of this Chen Xiao is 10 million. That number made Meng Huan excited. She suppressed her inner excitement and continued to ask, is that all? Mr. Chen. Meng Huan's address and tone changed. Yeah. Chen Luo nodded. In this way, Yi Feng had no way to make money from the price difference of the bar. Even if the bar is blocked, as for Yi Feng, whether he will find another bar, that's unlikely. Chen Luo knew that Yi Feng came to the Mengwan bar relying on the system. Without the help of this system, Yi Feng had to find it on his own. He's not that charming. To be honest, apart from the heroine and supporting actress in the book, Yi Feng is easy to conquer. Because those people have already written the settings and plots in advance. Other passers-by characters are definitely not so romantic towards Yi Feng. This is a whole world. There are still many normal women. If you have no objection, let's sign an agreement. As he spoke, Chen Luo snapped his fingers. Outside, Zhao Long and Zhao Hu walked in. The two took out the agreement and handed it to Meng Huan. Meng Huan still couldn't believe it. She looked carefully to avoid a trap. The agreement only required Meng Huan not to lend the money to others or invest it in anything. Just spend it yourself. Although this request is weird. But Meng Huan is alone and she even feels that she doesn't have enough money to spend. How can I lend it to others? As for investment, Meng Huan was not interested either. She has already planned to get such a large sum of money. Then Meng Huan would go buy a house directly and a car worth about 1 million yuan. Then, put all the remaining money in the bank and earn hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest a year. Isn't it nice to just lie down? In addition, the agreement only states that it is only valid for 1 year. In other words, 1 year later, Meng Huan can spend the money however she wants. If the violation occurs within 1 year, Chen Luo will need to be compensated 5 times the amount. Meng Huan thought about it carefully. I think it's totally fine. Not to mention 1 year, even if it was 3 or 5 years, Meng Huan would agree. At this time, Meng Huan had not yet contacted Yi Feng. So she didn't think that she would fall in love with a bulldozer-like male protagonist without thinking. Meng Huan signed the agreement. Chen Luo showed a satisfied smile on his face. And said, then I wish our transaction goes smoothly, Miss Meng Huan, the money will be in your account soon. And you, Meng Huan Bar, also remember to complete the formalities and hand it over to me. Chen Luo does things very efficiently and without wasting time. Meng Huan hasn't recovered from the shock until now. I just made 10 million just like that. Meng Huan was dumbfounded. She looked at Chen Luo again, her eyes also filled with strange emotions. She felt that this young master was not so annoying after all. Even, Meng Huan was a little moved. Yes, Chen Luo probably never thought of it even in his dreams. These books have good female supporting roles and heroines, which makes it easy for the male protagonist to conquer them. Even a villain like him, as long as he is handled properly. It was also quickly solved. However, even if Chen Luo knew this, he wouldn't do that either. Because, the supporting actress is still a supporting actress after all. In the end, she will still get entangled with the male protagonist. Is that necessary? Again, isn't the female villain Lin Yun attractive? These supporting actresses and the main actresses, even if they obey Chen Luo. When meeting the male protagonist, something unexpected will happen. But Chen Luo believed that if it was Lin Yun who touched Yi Feng. While waiting for Yi Feng, Lin Yun only looked at him coldly. However, the interesting thing is that Meng Huan doesn't think so. In fact, from Meng Huan's perspective, she thought to herself, maybe she could give this young master a chance. Therefore, I don't know if Meng Huan wants to give Chen Luo a chance. Or maybe Meng Huan herself didn't want to miss this opportunity. When she saw Chen Luo turning around to leave, she spoke as if possessed by a ghost. Mr. Chen, if you don't mind, let's go to that corner and have a drink. Meng Huan's hint was already very obvious. In the original novel, Meng Huan and Yi Feng secretly fell in love in the corner of the bar. The location is quite remote and dim. But there were also some lights and many young lovers coming to Menghuan bar. Everyone is willing to sit there. It was there that Meng Huan took off her high heels, secretly rubbing Yi Feng's feet. Originally, Meng Huan thought that this was an invitation from her. Absolutely, the young master of the Chen family would definitely answer. Are you kidding? Meng Huan is more confident in her charm than in her confidence. She not only has a beautiful face, but also a great figure. A charming and intellectual young woman. Such a charming beauty. Few men refused. To be honest, if Meng Huan said this to other rich young men, that is to make them pay for everything on the spot. I'm afraid everyone would be willing to do so. However, what made Meng Huan stunned was, after hearing what she said, Chen Luo immediately replied, no need, Miss Meng Huan, I still have things to do, so I'll leave first. Instantly, Meng Huan was stunned. Chapter 34. Meng Huan never dreamed that one day she would be rejected after actively inviting someone. She was stunned and even a little bit unbelieving. Wait until Chen Lujun left the bar without looking back. Meng Huan reacted. Everyone else in the bar also looked horrified. They were shocked that the eldest son of the Chen family actually bought this bar for 10 million yuan. Don't even ask for anything. He even ignored the special invitation from the proprietress Meng Huan. These onlookers were all stunned. I can't believe it, this is real. But, compared to these people, I was not surprised. Dreams over there, she simply couldn't accept it. What does this guy mean? Doesn't he have any feelings for me? How is this possible? Meng Huan was a little furious. Thinking back to when Chen Luo first came in, I was very wary of him. She had always believed that Chen Luo had bad intentions towards her. But the result, it turns out that Chen Luo actually has no interest in her at all. Meng Huan was shocked. She felt a little aggrieved. Her eyes were red. This was the first time in Meng Huan's life that she was ignored by someone. She felt unbelievable. And I felt that I must get back my position. Meng Huan just couldn't believe that Chen Luo had no feelings for her. But on the other side, Chen Luo left calmly. In his mind, he didn't think about Meng Huan at all. The problem at the bar has been solved, but the men still need to be suppressed. There is still a lot of work to do. Chen Luo also realized it after sorting it out. This man, Yi Feng, is really outrageous after having the system. So many opportunities lie ahead. If Yi Feng could accomplish any one of these things, it would be enough to make him a rich man. Not to mention, he did everything with ease. With such incredible treatment, it would be hard not to rise, right? Well, after that, I should get in touch with Chen Ruizu. Chen Luo knew that Yi Feng had Chen Ruizu's help behind him. And with the help of his system's power, he developed those small games, which made him earn a lot of money. Of course, Yi Feng couldn't let him seize this opportunity. Chen Luo has also thought of a countermeasure. And Chen Luo's idea was not wrong. As for Yi Feng, he had already made a plan on how to turn defeat into victory. He attacked Chen Luo in Wang Qing's breakfast shop. He is still brooding over the incident of bullying Xia Qingyu. As a hero, of course I will take revenge. A look of determination appeared on Yi Feng's face. Haha, young Master Chen, just wait. I will soon surpass you. As long as I have the help of Sister Ruizu, I believe that I will be able to make a lot of money. You must be feeling complacent now, right? You must be having fun in the bar, right? Just wait for me. I, Yi Feng, will definitely shock you. Yi Feng thought so in his heart. And, at this time, Yi Feng's system also issued a new task. This made Yi Feng even happier. Ding. Please go to Menghuan bar and complete the goal. Have a good chat with the proprietress Xu Menghuan. Task completed. Reward RMB 100,000. Ding. Please stay overnight and hold hands with Xu Mengwan. Task completed. Reward ability, Bartender Master. Ding. Please invite Su and Xu Mengwan to a romantic date. Task completed. Reward Charm +3. Open black lens bracket bite, close black lens bracket. Watching new system tasks constantly pop up. The smile on Yi Feng's face became brighter. He felt that as long as there were system tasks, his rise would be a piece of cake. Haha, Chen Luo, I have a system, how can you fight me? Yi Feng felt that he would never fail again. What's more, Yi Feng has so many beautiful women to keep him company. Just had a conversation with Chen Ruozu and then sent her back. Yi Feng sent a message to Sha Qingyu. Sister Qingyu, what are you doing? I miss you. Sha Qingyu saw the message from Yi Feng. I immediately smiled consciously. But when she was about to reply, she didn't know what happened. What Wang Qing had shown her before suddenly emerged in her mind. A photo of Yi Feng and other female classmates walking in the park together. At that time, Sha Qingyu told Wang Qing that this was normal. Brother Yi Feng is so outstanding, there is no problem at all for him to have other girls around him. Sha Qingyu also thought that she had to work harder. We can't let brother Yi Feng be taken away by others. But, at this time Sha Qingyu. But suddenly I understood something. She looked at the message sent by Yi Feng. I found the photos Wang Qing sent me. Suddenly I felt nauseous. This Yi Feng, he just flirted with that woman, and now he's saying he misses me. Is this really the brother Yi Feng that I remember? How could I like this kind of man? Sha Qingyu was confused. She felt that no matter how ordinary she was, she couldn't be so cheap, right? Sha Qingyu's eyes were filled with disbelief. After a moment, she turned off her phone. I don't want to think about this anymore. He was also unwilling to reply to Yi Feng's message. At this time, Sha Qingyu's mind suddenly appeared the figure of Chen Luo. She suddenly felt very regretful. Before, Chen Luo pursued me so diligently. Why should I refuse? Obviously, you can ride in a Rolls-Royce and have no worries about food and clothing. Do you have to brave the heat and go with Yi Feng to eat fried noodles at a roadside stall? Although Sha Qingyu comforted herself and said that Yi Feng would definitely rise in the future. By then, he will definitely let himself ride in a Rolls-Royce. But I'm afraid I won't be alone in that car. Nolt, Sha Qingyu figured it out. She thought that even if Yi Feng became rich in the future, there are so many women around him. I shouldn't have gotten close to him. Sha Qingyu didn't know what happened to her before. As for Yi Feng, he saw that Sha Qingyu did not reply. He didn't mind. Yi Feng only wanted to quickly finish the small game given by the system with Chen Ruozu. During this period, you can also visit Mengwan Bar. The system sent this task, there must be a reason. Yi Feng knew that as long as the system allowed him to capture women, that can be done in a few seconds. This is also the awesomeness of the system. This is how cheating should be done, simple and crude. Moreover, Chen Luo spent 10 million to purchase the Mengwan Bar. It didn't take long for the news to spread throughout Nanchang University. After all, many of the people drinking at that time knew Chen Luo. Regarding the fact that Chen Luo calmly rejected the invitation from the beautiful proprietress Meng Huan, Lin Yun also found out soon. She came up to Chen Luo, smiled and said, "Student Chen Luo, I heard that you rejected a sexy lady boss's invitation to drink." "Ah, what's wrong?" Classmate Lin Yun. "No, nothing." Lin Yun was naturally delighted. But she was too embarrassed to say it out loud. Chen Luo smiled and said, "Could it be that classmate Lin Yun also wants to buy me a drink? But, is it okay?" Lin Yun was a little shy again. "Of course, let's go, I'll treat you tonight, just in time to celebrate the fact that I bought the dream bar." Hearing this, Lin Yun immediately became excited. "What do you mean by treat? You are my little brother, why would I let you spend money? What do you want to eat? Tell me, I will pay for it." Chen Luo suddenly felt helpless and said, "Sister Lin Yun, I want to buy the bar for 10 million yuan. You can give it to me and let me treat you once." "No. As long as I'm here, I won't let you spend money. I'm your elder sister, listen to me. Do you think that your elder sister can't afford you?" Lin Yun suddenly puffed up her lips and made a pretending angry, cute expression. This scene made Chen Luo stunned. Seeing Chen Luo staring at him like this, 2 blushes immediately appeared on Lin Yun's cheeks. Chapter 35. Okay, then I'll respectfully obey your orders, Sister Lin Yun. Chen Luo smiled and didn't insist. Lin Yun also showed a sweet smile on her face. She suddenly reached out her hand, touched Chen Luo's hair, and said, "Be good, follow me, I won't let you suffer at all. Lin Yun is very happy now. Her relationship with Chen Luo seemed to have taken a step further. I tentatively reached out and touched his head, and he didn't refuse. In fact, there was no way Chen Luo would refuse. This female villain is so sweet. After knowing each other for only a short time, Chen Luo got 60 million from Lin Yun. Of this, 50 million was used to purchase investment real estate, and 10 million was used to acquire the Manhwa bar. Lin Yun didn't even mention it. Is this the kind of treatment Sha Qingyu can give? Every time he thought of this, Chen Luo couldn't help but complain about the villain Chen Luo in the book. No, if you have a beauty like this chasing you, why do you have to fight with Sha Qingyu? Although, Chen Luo also understood that all of this was set by the author. He didn't know why, but many books like to have settings. The naive and innocent female protagonist is liked by both the male protagonist and the rich second male lead, or the rich villain. Then the heroine fell in love with the hero who was a poor boy at first. He is indifferent to the rich second male lead or the villain. But now Chen Luo is here. He broke this setting. I'm a rich young man, why must I chase after you, the campus beauty? Are you kidding? Aren't female villains attractive? Chen Luo's operation was against Tiangong. He gained a lot. This female villain Lin Yun is so beautiful. I had another pleasant dinner time with Lin Yun. In comparison, Sha Qingyu's situation is more complicated. She began to recall the good things about Chen Luo. I was also wondering what Chen Luo was doing now. Sha Qingyu didn't seem to care that much about Yifeng. Not long after, Sha Qingyu also heard about it. Chen Luo spent 10 million to buy the Manhwa bar. This made Sha Qingyu feel a little excited. This Chen Luo spent so much money to buy that bar, what does he want to do? Is it because of me? Sha Qingyu had this thought for no reason. It can be said to be extremely outrageous. But Sha Qingyu knew that basically everything Chen Luo had done in the past was related to her. Whether you go to a luxury store to buy all kinds of luxury goods, or put small love lights in the playground, or, if he wanted something, Chen Luo would immediately find a way to get it. They may even book an expensive high-end restaurant or hotel for themselves. Then invite many people to congratulate and celebrate for yourself. This time, Chen Luo spent so much money to buy that small bar, it must be to give himself a surprise, right? The more Sha Qingyu thought about it, the sweeter it felt. What will the surprise be this time? Compared to before, if Sha Qingyu knew these things. People around her told her, Qingyu, I heard that Master Chen Luo is doing something for you again. Qingyu, it seems like you have received a lot of gifts again. I really envy you. Wow, Qingyu, that Master Chen Luo is so romantic, you are so lucky. Then Sha Qingyu would only feel, it's so annoying. What the hell is this guy doing? He always makes it so grand. It makes me so embarrassed. It's so annoying. I've already told him that I don't like him, but he's still pestering me like this. How annoying. I'm so annoyed. I hope all the things he did have nothing to do with me. Unfortunately, in the end, all of Sha Qingyu's ideas came to nothing. Because usually Chen Luo would send a message every few days. Invite Sha Qingyu to various places to create surprises. Fireworks, flowers, money, gifts. Sha Qingyu has already received an unknown amount. In the eyes of others, she is happy. In fact, I've been fed up with this for a long time. But now, Sha Qingyu doesn't think so. She was looking forward to another surprise from Chen Luo. Yes, Sha Qingyu still didn't think that Chen Luo would give up on her. What he and Lin Yun did before might have been just a temporary performance. Or maybe, Chen Luo has been with Lin Yun for a while and feels that he is better. If this is true, Sha Qingyu will definitely seize the opportunity this time. I will never miss Chen Luo again. She didn't know why she felt annoyed with Chen Luo before. If you think about it carefully, Chen Luo is a very good person. Not only is he handsome, but he also comes from a wealthy family. He is very nice to me, so how can I assume that he is just playing around? Would someone who is just playing around make such efforts and pursue his own three desires sincerely? Even when he kept rejecting himself, he still stuck to his original intention. Isn't that enough? Sha Qingyu regretted it. Sha Qingyu suddenly came to realize what was going on with Yifeng and felt that she had been extremely wrong. If it were another woman, she would have been happily in love with Chen Luo, right? In Manhwa bar, the proprietress Xu Mengwan has always been upset about this matter. She even stood in front of the mirror and admired her beauty. I began to doubt my own charm. Am I really old? Meng Huan looked at it carefully and felt that she was still very beautiful. Although she is already 30 years old, a 3-year-old woman, that's what we call perfection. This little guy, doesn't he understand? Could it be that he hasn't experienced it yet? Considering Chen Luo's previous seriousness, Xu Mengwan felt. It's not impossible. This thought made her even more interested in Chen Luo. No, this Chen Luo is really a rookie. That Xu Mengwan, she couldn't help licking her lips. I'm a little greedy. Could it be that I really met a pure young master? Xu Mengwan was still thinking to himself. A few days later, Yi Feng finished the matters at hand. So I planned to go to Mengwan Bar to complete the task assigned by the system before. However, on the way, Yi Feng heard something. That is, this Mengwan Bar was purchased by the young master of the Chen family for 10 million a few days ago. Hearing this, Yi Feng was dumbfounded. There's actually such a thing. Is Chen Luo crazy? PFF'd, spending 10 million to buy a small bar like this. Oh, I see. This guy must have been fascinated by the proprietress of the Menghuan Bar. This 10 million miles must include the proprietress, right? Yi Feng's prejudice against Chen Luo is huge. He felt that it was impossible for a young master like Chen Luo to be so kind. Throwing money away for nothing. There is no profit, it is 100% for women. But Yi Feng was not in a hurry, he knew that she was just a beauty that the system asked him to capture. Neither of them is the type to bend over backwards for money. On the contrary, what they prefer is sincerity. Yi Feng believed that this was what he called sincerity. He will never let down any woman he gets. Yi Feng knew that when he became rich in the future, he would take good care of every woman. People like Chen Luo, who discard every girl they get, are real scumbags. But little did people know that Yi Feng's behavior was quite outrageous. Also, interestingly, at this time, he was also full of confidence and didn't care about what Chen Luo did. This boss lady Meng Huan will never be obtained by Chen Luo. She is my woman, Chen Luo, you just watch carefully. I will take revenge once, and I will also settle the accounts with Sister Qingyu and Wang Qing. Thinking so, Yi Feng walked into the bar confidently. This proprietress is still Meng Huan. The handover procedures are not even halfway completed. Chen Luo was not in a hurry, and Meng Huan had no intention of breaching the contract. She just wanted to spend some more time in her little bar. Welcome, what would you like to drink? Meng Huan said enthusiastically. The first time Yi Feng saw Meng Huan, his eyes lit up immediately. Fuck. System, you are awesome. This is too awesome. Yi Feng almost drooled. After seeing Meng Huan, he immediately forgot about Chen Ruizu and Sha Qingyu. Yi Feng is now focused on completing the system task. He felt that he was acting like a gentleman. Completely different from those young masters of the family. A cocktail, thank you. Yi Feng showed his signature male protagonist smile. If it was in the original novel, Yi Feng's smile alone would be enough to make the supporting actress Meng Huan feel a little dazed. But for some reason, she just glanced at Yi Feng. He didn't care and just prepared the cocktail and handed it to Yi Feng. 35 yuan, thank you. At this time, Meng Huan's mind was full of Chen Luo, as well as his tone and back when he rejected her. I don't have any feelings towards the male protagonist Yi Feng. But Yi Feng was also a little stunned. According to the normal process, the women that this system allows you to capture should be relatively easy to capture. It seems that this dream is a little difficult. It's okay. I like it. Long Aocean and Yi Feng didn't care. After he sat down, he said directly, Boss lady, if you don't mind, can you buy me a drink? This is Yi Feng's way of picking up girls. If it were in the original novel, Meng Huan would have smiled charmingly and said, really? Little brother, why should I treat you? Isn't this the first time we meet? Then Yi Feng said, I'm here to discuss a big deal with you. Then, Meng Huan would come directly to show interest and invite Yi Feng to drink. The so-called big deal was actually Yi Feng wanting to spend 30,000 yuan to rent the Menghuan bar for a month. Even without Chen Luo, Yi Feng could indeed help Meng Huan earn a lot more. Chapter 36. The setting of the male protagonist Rao Nolp Yi Feng Nolp Long Aocean. At this time, I felt that I didn't know how to save the situation. That's not right. Didn't the system ask me to do this? Why is it so difficult? Yi Feng thought of Chen Ruizu, Sha Qingyu, and Wang Qing. This is all easy to do. For example, Sha Qingyu, Yi Feng had only known her for a short time, but they were very close. And Wang Qing, Yi Feng actually feels the same way. Wang Qing wanted to throw herself at him. With such treatment, Yi Feng became blindly confident. I think, as long as the system issues the task, it is relatively easy to win over women you allow yourself to approach. Nyelm now, Meng Huan's attitude is very wrong. Fortunately, Yi Feng knew that he still had a trump card to play. Although Yi Feng knew that Chen Luo wanted to spend 10 million to acquire the Menghuan bar. But he saw that the proprietress was still happy. Niul subconsciously I thought that this matter was not successful. The reason is very simple. Yi Feng felt. The reason why Chen Luo has so much money is definitely because of the proprietress Meng Huan. And this was definitely rejected by the proprietress. After all, she was a woman selected by the system. Therefore, Yi Feng thought that he should propose it at a price of 300,000. Rent the Menghuan bar for 1 month. This beautiful lady boss will never refuse. In fact, in the original novel, Yi Feng's move was almost like getting something for nothing. After the boss lady Meng Huan took a fancy to Yi Feng. When she took off her high heels and rubbed Yi Feng with her jade feet. Later, Niuls agreed to let Yi Feng run the bar for a month. Yi Feng promised at that time. 1 month later, he will give the boss lady Meng Huan 300,000 yuan. This is also the reason why Meng Huan looked at Yi Feng with admiration. Meng Huan in the book was very surprised to hear this. Increase net profit by 300,000 in 1 month. How is this little guy going to do it? Out of curiosity, Meng Huan agreed. Therefore, Yi Feng did not think that Meng Huan here would refuse. Double the profit. You don't have to do the work yourself. There should be no reason to refuse this. Yi Feng spoke again, showing his iconic male protagonist's brilliant smile and said, "Wait a minute, beautiful lady boss, I believe that after listening to me, you will be interested in buying me a drink." Yi Feng is still keeping the secret. He is quite confident. Listen to your sister. Are you going to leave or not? If not, I will call for help. Meng Huan had no patience and kept talking nonsense with this outrageous guy. I really can't believe this little brother who looks so gentle and refined. I'm actually so poor. You don't even have 35 yuan, and you dare to come and drink. He even wants me to invite him. This is too unrealistic. When Yi Feng heard this, he immediately panicked. Without further ado, he said directly, "Ahem, Madam Boss, here's an idea. If you rent your bar to me for a month, I promise to bring you twice the profit after a month. How about that?" After Yi Feng finished speaking, the smile on his face became more confident. He thinks his conditions must be attractive enough, right? Hee, I don't believe that this beautiful lady boss isn't moved. The male protagonist is very confident. After listening to this, Meng Huan was dumbfounded. Is this guy mentally ill? I don't even know him, how can I rent the bar to him for a month? And this guy doesn't even have $35, can I trust him? I don't know if he will steal all the wine in the bar. Meng Huan increasingly felt that this person was mentally ill. She has been dissuaded several times. Otherwise, look at this handsome little guy, and he doesn't do anything rogue. The empty wine bottle under Meng Huan had already been taken away. Even so, Meng Huan was too lazy to care. Not to mention, this bar now belongs to young master Chen Luo. She, Meng Huan, had no right to decide. Thinking of this, Meng Huan gave a look to the waiter behind him. The two waiters immediately understood. He walked up and wanted to carry Yi Feng away. "Hey, what are you doing? Madam Boss, don't you believe me? I, Yi Feng, can promise you, wait a minute." After all, Yi Feng is the male protagonist, and his boxing skills are indeed real. So he struggled a little and knocked down the two waiters. Yi Feng also straightened his collar handsomely. He felt that he was really good at it, so the proprietress should be more sensible, right? I, Yi Feng, am the protagonist with a system. However, regarding Yi Feng's actions, Meng Huan just felt that, this guy really came here to mess things up on purpose. Meng Huan picked up the wine bottle, and her aura changed immediately. The deal with the eldest son of the Chen family has been completed. Meng Huan didn't want to hand the bar over to Chen Xiao. What else goes wrong? What if Chen Xiao regrets this and is unwilling to spend 10 million to acquire Meng Huan's bar? That dream was so joyful that I cried to death. It can be said that this is a defense battle worth 10 million. Meng Huan swore, no matter who it was. No one can come to destroy it. Even if this man is a little bit good looking, it is impossible. Looking at the waiters who gathered around, including the beautiful proprietress Meng Huan, Yi Feng's expression changed again and again. Wait a minute, I'm not here to cause trouble. I really want to discuss a business deal with you, I promise. In a month, I will bring double the profit to your bar. Yi Feng was a little panicked. In fact, if only the waiters came over, Yi Feng would not be afraid. Nielm, this lady boss Meng Huan, Nulp is his target. He also hoped to gain more benefits from Meng Huan, plus the settings of the male protagonist and the female supporting role. This Yi Feng had no intention of attacking Meng Huan at all. He was a little overwhelmed. However, at this moment, Meng Huan's eyes changed, and the powerful aura on his body dissipated instantly. Because Meng Huan looked behind, Chen Luo appeared behind Yi Feng. Mr. Chen, why are you here? Are you here to take away the right to use this bar? This bar actually belongs to Chen Luo. Meng Huan just wanted to stay with it for a while longer. After all, it's a business, and it also involves feelings. But Chen Luo could come and take it away at any time and let Meng Huan leave. Meng Huan didn't mind it at all. When Yi Feng heard this, he immediately turned around. The moment he looked at Chen Luo, his eyes instantly became sharp. Finally I see the eldest son of the Chen family again. Anger surged in Yi Feng's heart. He remembered what Chen Luo had done to Wang Qing. Fantasy, the scene where Chen Luo bullies Sha Qingyu. And this lady boss must have been bullied by Chen Luo. Then how could the upright male protagonist Yi Feng tolerate this? He immediately decided to avenge the boss's wife. Yi Feng thought this was a great opportunity for him. As for the reason why the lady boss was so respectful to Chen Luo, well, she must have been threatened by Chen Luo. This young master of the Chen family is so despicable. I, Yi Feng, will enforce justice today. Yi Feng said he couldn't help it. Chen Luo was very angry. Anyway, he was originally unhappy with Chen Luo. Plus there were so many enemies made before. Thinking of this, Yi Feng kicked him directly. But Chen Luo remained calm. Before Yi Feng could kick Chen Luo, he was knocked away by someone nearby. This is Zhao Long. Chen Luo looked at Yi Feng coldly, his heart calm. Then he said to Meng Huan, "Damn it, boss lady, how about it, can you bear it? Of course, since you offer such a high price, I am totally willing to give it up." "Thank you very much, this really surprised me. You are really a noble person in my life." Meng Huan's attitude is extremely humble. In front of Chen Luo, she looked very seductive. This scene fell into Yi Feng's eyes. But he almost vomited blood. How could this happen? Isn't this Meng Huan my woman? System. What's going on? Am I being cheated on? For the male protagonist Long Aotian, it all depends on the woman he has chosen. So respectful in front of the villain. That feeling is indeed no different from being cheated on. Yi Feng felt extremely uncomfortable at this time. Chapter 37. Yi Feng simply couldn't accept this outcome. Just like Sha Qingyu said before, she wanted to talk to Chen Luo. Yi Feng sternly rejected it. Are you kidding? You are a woman. Go chat with those disgusting young masters. Just for this reason, Yi Feng absolutely refused to accept it. He is a Long Aotian man. In my heart, I naturally think that it is just the system that selects women. That's all him. After all, the system is there to help him reach the pinnacle of his life and marry a beautiful, rich woman. He has the system, so why can't he start a harem? But now, Meng Huan not only chats with Chen Luo, even a fawning attitude. Yi Feng felt that it was not because Chen Luo was standing a little far away. Moreover, Meng Huan seemed to have some concerns about Chen Luo. She would probably put her hand on Chen Luo's shoulder, and then said coquettishly, "Mr. Chen, are you satisfied with me?" Yi Feng's imagination made him feel even more painful. This feeling of having a green head. Yi Feng was about to explode. He is a cool guy. Yi Feng simply couldn't accept this fact. At this time, Yi Feng's eyes were full of hatred towards Chen Luo. He also didn't believe that the system chose Meng Huan and had such a good relationship with Chen Luo. There must be some hidden story behind this. By the way, this Meng Huan must have been threatened by Chen Luo, right? Since she was chosen by the system, she definitely wouldn't be the type of person who would covet the money of these scumbag young masters. This Chen Luo must have used some tricks, such as threatening Meng Huan's friends. Or, does he have some leverage over Meng Huan? Yi Feng was filling in the blanks in his own imagination. The more I thought about it, the more indignant I became. Even looking at Meng Huan's charming expression. He could think of it, but Meng Huan just squeezed it out with difficulty. She was threatened. Yes, that's for sure. Only by comforting himself in this way could Yi Feng accept it a little. But if this is really the result, as a man, Yi Feng naturally couldn't just sit back and do nothing. Don't worry, Miss Meng Huan, I will definitely find a way to save you. Chen Luo, you are so despicable. Yi Feng was very angry with Chen Luo at this time. He felt that this young master would do anything to achieve his goals. In order to bully Wang Qing before, he actually used such a dirty trick. Yi Feng knew that if he was rich, he would never bully the weak. Wang Qing is just an ordinary person. Chen Luo, don't you feel ashamed for doing this? And Sister Qingyu. Yi Feng remembered that Sha Qingyu had called him before. But he was actually asked to kneel down to Chen Luo. Yi Feng was wondering, Sha Qingyu must have been bullied by Chen Luo. As for how to bully, The more Yi Feng thought about it, the angrier he became. After thinking about this, I watched Chen Luo and Meng Huan communicate. Yi Feng's vision seemed to be blurred. He felt that he could no longer hear what the two were saying. I just feel that the affectionate feelings between the two of them are totally unbearable. After Yi Feng found an excuse, he rushed forward and said, Ms. Meng Huan, don't worry, I will protect you. If you have anything, you can tell me. Don't be afraid of this guy. After hearing this, Meng Huan was a little stunned. What? Worried? Afraid? Why am I afraid of Master Chen Luo? Meng Huan didn't understand. She thought this guy was too weird. Yi Feng didn't care at all. He turned to Chen Luo and said, Mr. Chen, if you have anything to say, come to me. Don't embarrass Miss Meng Huan. After saying these words full of meaning, Yi Feng felt that he was simply great. This will surely charm thousands of girls, right? His feeling of blind self-confidence came back. But when Yi Feng turned his head to look at Meng Huan, he found that the other party was looking at him with an idiot look. Could it be that, Miss Meng Huan, you are not threatened by this Chen Luo? Yi Feng was shocked. This was simply unbelievable to him. Threat? What threat? Master Chen Luo spent 10 million to buy my bar. I can't thank him enough. But you seem to be always looking for trouble with Master Chen Luo. Meng Huan's eyes had become somewhat unfriendly. She looked at Chen Luo again and said gently, Master Chen, do you know this guy? I know him. We were in the same school. I had some conflicts with him before. Chen Luo said calmly. The look in his eyes when he looked at Yi Feng was full of pity. Haha, do you think you're awesome just because you're a nerd? Do you think you're awesome just because you have a system? I'll strike back at you. This is what Chen Luo wanted. He doesn't do anything. Now let's follow the original plot. He was definitely severely slapped in the face by Yi Feng and Meng Huan. At this moment, Meng Huan turned against him to help him and became Yi Feng's enemy. Of course Chen Luo was happy to hear this. But Yi Feng's fate was tragic. He couldn't accept it. Why? Isn't this guy the kind of young master that everyone despises? Sister Qingyu, Wang Shui and Sister Ruizu all looked down on him. This kind of person has a very bad reputation. How could he let Miss Meng Huan treat him so gently? There must be something in here that I don't know. However, Yi Feng's tragic experience was far from over. At this time, Meng Huan didn't say that she loved Chen Luo to death. But the young master of the Chen family was at least friendly to her and gave her 10 million yuan sincerely. But this man named Yi Feng didn't even want to pay for a 35 yuan cocktail when he came up, and he still wanted me to treat him. He even wanted me to lend him the bar to run first. I don't know any of you. This isn't the way to play it, right? This guy, why didn't he just let me give him the bar for free? He's really bold. Meng Huan was extremely speechless about Yi Feng. She was too lazy to continue being influenced by such a person, so Meng Huan waved her jade hand lightly. The waiters behind him surrounded him again. Yi Feng still didn't want to believe that Meng Huan and the young master of the Chen family had such a good relationship. She understood that Meng Huan must have some difficulties. I just can't tell it to myself right now. It's all my fault. I'm too weak. If I were stronger and richer, I could protect Miss Meng Huan. It's me who made her suffer so much. Yes, in Yi Feng's eyes. Meng Huan must be helpless now. She did all this just to perform for Chen Luo. Yi Feng didn't believe that Meng Huan really had no feelings for him at all. I, Yi Feng, have a halo of personality and a charming personality. Could it be fake? Since the system chose me to capture this woman, how could I not be moved? Yi Feng thought of Sha Qingyu, Wang Qing, and Chen Ruizu. Especially Chen Ruizu, Yi Feng had communicated with her a few days ago. There was rapid progress between the two. This Meng Huan is far inferior to Sha Qingyu and Chen Ruizu in beauty. How could it be possible that the difficulty of the strategy is so high? As a man, Yi Feng naturally blamed all this on Chen Luo. Damn you Chen Luo, I'm not done with you. Just wait, one day, I will expose your true colors. Yi Feng thought that perhaps he should find a way to expose Chen Luo's true nature. But now, he needs to retreat temporarily. Yi Feng is not a rookie. Seeing that the situation was not on his side, he decided to find an opportunity to escape. However, at this moment, what no one expected was that, at the door, another person suddenly came in. She is still a stunning beauty with long black straight hair. This person is Sha Qingyu. Chapter 38. Sha Qingyu's appearance surprised many people. The purpose of her trip was just to take a look at the Mengwan bar that Chen Luo had purchased at a huge cost. What does it look like? Keikyuken. What kind of surprise will Chen Luo prepare for himself? Although, Sha Qingyu thought that she might not gain much from coming here. After all, it's a surprise, how can it be seen so easily? But in fact, Sha Qingyu felt more panic in her heart. In fact, deep down, she couldn't be sure. Did Chen Luo acquire Manhwa bar for her? But unexpectedly, Sha Qingyu actually met Yifeng and Chen Luo here. Yifeng, Chen Luo. Sha Qingyu was a little surprised. The other customers in the bar all had surprised expressions on their faces. We just watched the show and enjoyed it very much. These people all think that this young man named Yifeng is too confident, right? The proprietress of Ren Mengwan is already Chen Luo's woman. You actually want to compete with him. You really overestimate your own abilities. However, seeing young Master Chen Luo teach this ignorant boy a lesson. These people love to hear it. And now, there is another goddess-level figure. It seems that he knows young Master Chen Luo and Yifeng. It feels like, new flowers are about to appear. Chen Luo was calm about this. But Yifeng was overjoyed. Because Nawad thought that there was something wrong with Meng Huan's strategy. But Sha Qingyu was real and on Nawad's side. Yifeng and Sha Qingyu had already made some progress. It just so happens that Chen Luo seems to like Sister Qingyu very much. Yifeng is a man who will never give up until he has revenged himself. Haha, Master Chen, you made me feel the pain of being cuckolded. Next, I will let you feel it again. Thinking of this, Yifeng seemed like a different person. The original idea of retreat was abandoned. Nawad walked to Sha Qingyu and said with a smile, Sister Qingyu, why are you here? Then he turned his head and said, Haha, Chen Luo, even if you win this time, remember, I will definitely get back at you next time. After saying that, Yifeng wanted to take Sha Qingyu's hand and leave. This is your plan. Yifeng believed that if Chen Luo saw this scene, I will definitely be furious. By then, Miss Meng Huan will definitely be able to see Chen Luo's true face. Chen Luo would even speak bad words to Meng Huan. According to Yifeng's imagination, this Chen Luo would yell at Miss Meng Huan, causing Miss Meng Huan's favorability to drop to zero. This is a plot that can be found in many novels, movies and TV dramas. The villain was originally very proud, but after the good guys came up with a countermeasure. The villain's defense is immediately broken and his true colors are revealed. Even a loyal maid around the villain may end up being heartbroken by the villain and turn to the protagonist's camp. But what Yifeng didn't know was that he was wrong. It's also very wrong. Not to mention, Sha Qingyu dodged Yifeng's hand. Even if Yifeng really held it, Chen Luo's heart was not moved at all. But now, it was Chen Luo who was a little surprised. Even Yifeng was stunned where he stood. Yes, Yifeng didn't get the lead. Sha Qingyu dodged. Yifeng's hands froze in place. Yifeng's expression was also frozen. The expression on Nawad's face became extremely strange. Sister Qingyu, what are you doing? Yifeng was stunned. But Sha Qingyu was too lazy to explain so much. She no longer had any feelings for Yifeng. Sha Qingyu just thought that if this guy wanted to hold hands, he should hold another woman's hand. Sha Qingyu understood that the person she loved more in her heart might still be Chen Luo. But, Sha Qingyu looked up and saw it. The mature beauty beside Chen Luo made Sha Qingyu feel very uncomfortable. Chen Luo showed a playful expression. At this time, Sha Qingyu plucked up her courage, stepped forward, and said carefully, Chen Luo, can you come over here? I have something to tell you. Meng Huan on the side was thinking inwardly. This young Master Chen, it turns out that he has such a beautiful girlfriend, so he rejected me. Meng Huan thinks this is a good idea. At least this further proves that Chen Luo is not the kind of young master who likes to flirt with other girls. Meng Huan's perception of Chen Luo changed again. But Chen Luo's answer surprised Meng Huan a little. After hearing this, Sha Qingyu was even more stunned. No, I'm leaving now, Miss Meng Huan. If you want to continue running this bar, you can keep doing it and I'll be happy to give you money. If you don't want to run it, just tell me. By the way, don't forget our agreement. No problem, Master Chen Luo, I can still continue. Meng Huan likes this ending. She bought the bar and could continue to live her previous life in the bar. Meng Huan doesn't want to retire so soon. When Sha Qingyu heard the words, agreement, her heart moved. Yifeng seemed to have grasped something. Agreement. This Miss Meng Huan was indeed threatened by the young master of the Chen family. Damn it. But what Sha Qingyu cared more about was Chen Luo. Did he reject her? Chen Luo, are you still angry with me? Can I apologize to you? Sha Qingyu felt that saying this was already a big concession. But this caused Yifeng's pupils to shrink suddenly. Nawad. The defense was broken in an instant. Sister Qingyu, why are you apologizing to this guy? Have you forgotten how Nawad treated Sister Wang Qing? This guy is a scumbag, how can you talk to Nawad? Come with me now. If it were in the original book, Yi Feng would do this series of operations. It should be completed smoothly. For example, holding Sha Qingyu's hand, the two of them left sweetly. Only the villain Chen Luo was left there, feeling furious. Or maybe, it's a strategy to conquer Manhwa. But now, the roles seem to be reversed. Sha Qingyu looked at Yi Feng, a trace of disgust flashing across her face. She replied indifferently, Yi Feng, we don't seem to be that familiar with each other, right? Sha Qingyu no longer calls Yi Feng, brother Yi Feng. This change in address made Yi Feng feel like he was electrocuted. How could this happen? What on earth did Chen Luo do? Yi Feng felt that being naive was his own shame. Since we already have a system, everything should be smooth sailing. Reaching the pinnacle of life. But I didn't expect to fail one after another. Fortunately, Yi Feng is still very strong. It's not that easy to be completely defeated. Sister Qingyu, what's wrong with you? Did Chen Luoxiao threaten you? It's okay, just tell me, don't worry, I will definitely become more powerful than Chen Luo in the future. You believe me. Yi Feng was still trying to keep her. But Sha Qingyu no longer wanted to get entangled with Yi Feng. In the next second, she did something that made Yi Feng's pupils shrink suddenly. The onlookers in the bar saw Sha Qingyu walk up to Chen Luo. Then, he actually reached out and wanted to hold Chen Luo's hand. When this scene appeared, Yi Feng felt that he had suffered a critical hit again. The qi and blood in the body surged again. This scene is so impactful. But this is far from the end. To everyone's surprise, Chen Luo actually dodged this. What the hell? What's going on? I just thought that Master Chen Luo was going to hold hands sweetly with that beautiful lady. 666, is this the life of young Master Chen Luo? If it were me, I would definitely not be able to refuse. Just touching that beautiful lady's delicate hands would make me happy for the whole day, sizzle. Tisk, how can your realm compare with that of young Master Chen Luo? There are definitely countless women around young Master Chen. The crowd of onlookers were whispering. As for Yi Feng, he was completely petrified. Meng Wanzhao raised her eyebrows. Could it be that you are not boyfriend and girlfriend? Meng Huan thought that this was better. This way, she will have a chance. Sha Qingyu was shocked by this. How could Nawad reject me? Isn't Nawad my favorite? I took the initiative to hold your hand, why are you still unwilling? Sha Qingyu couldn't accept it. What shocked everyone present was that. Just then, a handsome red sports car stopped at the door of the bar. A beautiful woman with red hair walked in domineeringly. As soon as she appeared, she immediately attracted everyone's attention. Many people almost drooled when they saw it. And when they saw that the beauty walked straight towards Chen Luo. All the spectators present at the scene felt in their hearts an extremely strong admiration for the young master of the Chen family. Oh my god, this young master of the Chen family is so awesome, right? Here comes another beauty. I'm so envious, I'm about to cry. Wow wow wow, why is there such a big gap between people? If it were me, I would definitely hold hands with the black-haired beauty, but this red-haired beauty is really awesome. The young master of the Chen family is my idol. He is a real man. And Chen Luo saw Lin Yun appear. Chapter 39. Such a dramatic scene was completely unexpected for many viewers. First, the young man who loved Yi Feng wanted to hold the hand of the beautiful Sha Qingyu. The result was avoided. Then, Goddess Sha Qingyu wanted to hold Chen Luo's hand, but Chen Luo dodged her. At this time, another goddess appeared. Everyone saw the smile on Chen Jia's face. They just know it. This is a sure thing. So Chen Keikold likes this type. No, I should say, this is Chen Keikold's real girlfriend, right? Wait, so Chen refused this beautiful boss lady and this goddess with long black hair for this woman. Hey, awesome. Master Chen is actually very loyal. Fuck, this is too explosive. I can't believe that he is so rich and so loyal. Wait, who is this red-haired beauty? Is she just an ordinary girl? That sports car of hers must have been given by Chen, right? It's really enviable. All kinds of thoughts kept popping up in the minds of the people in the bar. They thought, this Lin Yun must not be some Miss Wu, right? After all, they are not familiar with each other. That sports car looked like a gift from Grandpa Chen. But these are not important. The point is, when Yi Feng saw Lin Yun, his eyes immediately widened. What's going on? Another beautiful lady. Yi Feng was dumbfounded. He almost drooled. Yi Feng felt that this beauty was of the highest quality. Whether in terms of figure, appearance or other aspects, she is not inferior to Sha Qingyu and Chen Ruizu. It's just that sports car, a bit too high profile. In the early stage, Yifeng preferred goddesses from ordinary families like Sha Qingyu and Chen Ruizu who were easier to handle. Before making money, Yifeng would not approach or pursue those wealthy young ladies. But what made Yifeng angry was that, judging from the situation, this red-haired top-notch beauty. It seems that this is Chen Luo's woman. Yifeng couldn't accept it. Chen Luo, you obviously like Sha Qingyu, how can you hook up with other beauties? It's disgusting. You are worthy of being the master. Haha, you play with flowers. How could Qingyu like someone like you? Yifeng, the male protagonist Long Aocean, can be said to have developed double standards to the extreme. However, many exciting novels are indeed like this. Just like said before, for those male protagonists whose values are somewhat outrageous, it is natural for them to kill others. If someone else chases him or the weak ones around him, then, you are doomed to die. Therefore, Yifeng felt that he had to take action again. We can't let this ignorant girl fall into the hands of the hateful Chen Luo. Yifeng believed that this was his mission. Who makes him the male protagonist with a system? He has the halo of the protagonist and is the child of destiny. If he doesn't do many things, who will? At this time, Yifeng had no idea that Sha Qingyu and Manhwa were right next to him. He walked straight towards Lin Yun, and said with his signature male protagonist smile, "Hello beautiful lady, I'm Yifeng, maybe we can get to know each other." As a result, the next second, bang, a sturdy man knocked Yifeng flying with a hammer. Not only that, on Chen Luo's side, Zhao Long and Zhao Hu, under Chen Luo's order, rushed forward and beat Yifeng with punches and kicks. Even though Yifeng knew some kung fu, he was attacked by surprise and was unable to resist for a while. How disgusting. Lin Yun gave Yifeng a cold look. She felt that this guy's appearance here was a disgrace to Chen Luo's bar. Chen Luo was angry. How is Yifeng going to have fun with those stupid female protagonists and supporting actresses? Chen Luo has no control over it. He actually dared to approach and talk to Lin Yun. Chen Luo couldn't help it. What's more, Yifeng had just complained in his heart. Chen Luo is indecisive. Little did he know that his own actions were even more outrageous. Sha Qingyu, who was standing by, was almost driven mad by the sight. This guy just wanted to hold your hand, but now he's flirting with another woman right in front of you. How disgusting. At this point, Sha Qingyu finally saw the true face of the male protagonist Long Aocean. She didn't know why she had been so obsessed with such a scumbag. Moreover, the woman Yifeng flirted with was not like these. There are also Chen Ruizu, Wang Qing. Sha Qingyu felt uncomfortable just thinking about it. She thought about what would happen if she really followed Yifeng. Then, won't he have dozens of green hats in the future? Sha Qingyu is not so shameless as to have such a tendency to self-abuse. Similarly, Manhwa saw Yifeng do this. I really gave him a bad review in my heart. This man really has some problems. Who does he think he is? Does he think that all women can be seduced away by just a few words from him? Where does this confidence come from? Isn't it too much to think about it? Manhwa felt that it didn't matter what other women thought. She now has no feeling towards Yifeng at all. Even though this guy is very rich, Manhwa is not moved at all. However, in Yifeng's cognition, he felt, there is absolutely no problem with this. Shouldn't we prevent the fall of such a beautiful lady? Compared to Chen Luo, Nuak must be better. Yifeng warned himself that he did not ask for this red-haired beauty to fall in love with him. I just hope he doesn't fall for Chen Luo's trick. After all, Yifeng is the male protagonist of Long Aocean. In his eyes, Chen Luo is a villain. Of course he had many prejudices against Chen Luo. I think Chen Luo must be a playboy, and I don't know how many women he has played with. People like him shouldn't have true love. But, Yifeng forgot that his setting was a bulldozer, and he had so many harems. How can we talk about true love? Just because he gives benefits to all women, is this true love? Although Yifeng is the male protagonist, his actions are actually no different from those of the villain. But in the author's writing, Yifeng was set as the male lead and everything went smoothly for him. It's different now. Chen Luo's changes led to a series of butterfly effects. Yifeng was a little confused. These heroines were designed to be love-brained by the author. Not only does she not care about the fact that the male protagonist has a harem, she also silently swears in her heart to be more proactive and work harder. Only in this way can you gain the favor of brother Yifeng. Unfortunately, for Yifeng, those good days are gone forever. However, Sha Qingyu and Manhwa were too lazy to pay any more attention to Yifeng. They have decided not to continue to tangle with Yifeng. Sha Qingyu looked at Lin Yun, feeling very uncomfortable. Could it be that Chen Luo really likes this girl named Lin Yun? Meng Huan was thinking in her heart. This red-haired beauty is Mr. Chen Luo's girlfriend. Yi Feng, who was lying on the ground, finally found the right opportunity. A whirlwind lying on the ground scattered the people away. He jumped up with another somersault. Yi Feng's hair is now messy, his nose is bruised and his face is covered in blood. Looks very embarrassed, but he felt that this was his destiny. He has a system, so isn't it normal for him to face more hardships? Yi Feng will not give up easily. He swore that he and Chen Luo would fight against evil to the end. But as soon as Yi Feng stood up, he saw Chen Luo leaving holding the hand of the red-haired beauty. This red-haired beauty even lowered her head shyly. Yi Feng couldn't accept that kind of situation at all. His blood was boiling. Why couldn't Yi Feng figure it out? Isn't this Chen Luo the scumbag of those men? How come he is so popular among beautiful ladies? I am clearly the protagonist who owns the system. What is going on? Yi Feng couldn't figure it out. Finally he couldn't stand it anymore. The successive blows made Yi Feng feel a little numb. Puff! A mouthful of blood spurted out. Meng Huan frowned and immediately said, "You guys, clean up the floor quickly and throw this guy out." What's going on? Meng Huan didn't have any good feelings towards Yi Feng at all. This time, Yi Feng could be said to have lost all face. He doesn't have the style of a protagonist at all. He was completely defeated by Chen Luo. Chapter 40. The news about Meng Huan bar spread quickly. Does anyone know that Yi Feng from the software system of Nanchang University was seriously injured by people sent by Mr. Chen? This incident made many people have a worse impression of Chen Luo. Especially Chen Ruizhu, Zhang Xiaoyu and others, they are all the heroines of the book. At this time, he had already had some contact with Yi Feng. Because the character hasn't collapsed yet. Therefore, his favorable impression of Yi Feng is very high. They are similar to Sha Qingyu at the beginning. They all think that only a man like Yi Feng is worthy of them. As for those villains, they are disgusting to look at. What's so great about being rich? Do you think you can chase girls by spending money? This is too superficial. Regarding the incident in which the Chen family sent people to beat Yi Feng. These heroines were also very angry. Damn Chen Luo. You are really going too far. I want to go see brother Yi Feng. If Chen Luo really harms my brother Yi Feng, I will never forgive him. Chen Luo and I are enemies. Chen Ruizhu, Zhang Xiaoyu and others were very anxious. This Chen Ruizhu was studying minigames with Yi Feng. She has bright short white hair and looks like a pure little loli. If she wears animal ears, she will look like the animal-eared girl that is very common in many anime. However, Chen Ruizhu's talent in programming is indeed high. She has a rather arrogant and domineering temper, only in front of Yi Feng. Chen Ruizhu will be as well behaved as a kitten. Zhang Xiaoyu is the female college student invested by Yi Feng in the original novel. With Yi Feng's help, Zhang Xiaoyu opened a handicraft shop. Originally she was somewhat helpless. When Yi Feng arrived, he used a few tricks to make Zhang Xiaoyu's shop very popular. Many people in the school came here because of its reputation, so it can be said that they made a lot of money. She herself is from the civil engineering department, and is one of the few goddesses in the civil engineering department. And in terms of personality, she is quite a tomboy. As for Yi Feng, he finally went to the hospital alone. It can be said to be very miserable and embarrassing. Fortunately, Yi Feng is the protagonist, and I can't do that. After a phone call, a fat man and a thin man appeared. The fat guy is Zhou Hu, and the thin guy is Qin Lei. They were considered Yi Feng's brothers and younger brothers in the early days. Seeing Yi Feng being treated like this by Chen Luo, Zhou Hu and Qin Lei were both extremely angry. Zhou Hu, this Master Chen is so evil. Brother Yi, what should we do now? Qin Lei, what should we do? We must find a way to take revenge. Zhou Hu, he is the head of the Chen family. He is so powerful. How can we deal with him? Zhou Hu showed the aura of a coward. Yi Feng said at this time, "Fatty, Qin Lei, don't worry, I have my own way." After a rest, Yi Feng had figured it out. It seems that he needs to continue to conserve his energy. Okay, the system has other tasks for him to complete. The road of Meng Huan is now blocked. On Chen Ruizhu's side, Yi Feng is doing well. There is also Zhang Xiaoyu and several other hidden lines. With the system, Yi Feng didn't believe that he couldn't become Long Ao. On the contrary, he would be suppressed by a small boss of the Chen family. What a joke. Yi Feng knew that his goal was the Sea of Stars. Chen Luo is just a young man in Nanchang. In the South City, there are many children of high-ranking officials from large families, nobles and even hidden families. Those are the ones who really hold power in this world. Like Lin Yun, her real identity is the daughter of a noble family. The Lin family's background is greater than it appears. This is also why Lin Yun's status is obviously higher than Chen Luo's. And he drives his sports car back and forth every day. People in Nanchang who knew her and were familiar with her identity, however, were still confused. Like the eldest daughters and eldest masters in big families like them. That status is truly extraordinary. Of course, this is also the setting in the novel. What made Yifeng even happier was, not long after he stayed in the hospital, several beautiful women came to visit him. This is only the early stage of Yifeng. If it's in the later stages, he can be hospitalized. I'm afraid the number of beautiful women coming from there is astonishing. At that time, all kinds of luxury cars and supermodels will appear, and Yifeng, the Dragon King's treatment will be fully demonstrated. He is still a college student. However, Yifeng was also quite satisfied. Especially seeing the two goddess-level figures Zhang Xiaoyu and Chen Ruizu appear. Yifeng felt even more relieved. As soon as he thought of it, Sha Qingyu took the initiative to hold Chen Luo's hand. In Meng Huan's operations, Yifeng thought it was outrageous. Well, Yifeng still believed that they were bewitched or threatened by Chen Luo. Eventually, they will come to their senses and return to themselves. But if they really come back, Yifeng will no longer be interested. How could the male protagonist Long Ao KKYL accept having been approached by the villain like this? What he wanted was pure white and spotless. But Sha Qingyu is a real goddess. Yifeng couldn't accept it no matter what, she was always in Chen Luo's arms. Therefore, Yifeng must fight for it. Of course, Yifeng didn't bother about this. Anyway, his goal is ambitious, Sha Qingyu, and in the future. She is just another woman. Yifeng is now looking forward to it. He plans to capture the wealthy women from big families, nobles, and even secluded families. He will soon forget about Sha Qingyu. Taek Chen Ruizu, Zhang Xiaoyu and others came to the hospital. Both of them showed great concern for Yifeng. Chen Ruizu, brother Yifeng, are you okay? Let me see where you are hurt. Damn, that Chen Luo is really too cruel. Don't worry, brother Yifeng, I will definitely help you get revenge in the future. Next to Yifeng, Zhang Xiaoyu looked at the intimacy between the two. I am not distressed at all. On the contrary, she was very anxious. Now, his eyes are full of Yifeng. Zhang Xiaoyu, I really want to hit Chen Luo's head with a hammer. Haha, that guy, dare to challenge brother Yifeng. He is just a bully. If Chen Luo comes to me in the future, I will definitely make him pay for it. Yifeng felt extremely satisfied. Well, this is the treatment that the male protagonist of Long Ao Guilu deserves. As for the other beauties, they are all the female supporting characters in the book. Yan Shi, Chu Ting, Zhang Yi and others experienced some things with Yifeng not long after school started. Then I was hooked. Although there is no substantial relationship with Yifeng yet. But they all came to the hospital to care for Yifeng in the name of looking after their classmates. In this way, Yifeng's mentality eased a lot under the care of several beauties. Zhouhu and Qin Lei were extremely envious. I thought to myself, my brother Yi is so awesome, really admirable. As the protagonist's followers, they certainly didn't feel that way. What's wrong with Yifeng's behavior of being ambiguous with many beauties at the same time? On the contrary, they were very envious and felt that this was brother Yi's ability. In their eyes, those villains are great if they are paired with several beauties at the same time. That is a scumbag who is to be despised by others. Taek compared to Yifeng's healing. Sha Qingyu was hit hard. Originally, I wanted to come and see what the Mengwan bar was like. I didn't expect that Chen Luo would avoid my initiative to hold hands. This Chen Luo, does he really not like me anymore? Sha Qingyu was walking alone by the bridge, feeling very depressed. Meng Huan was not that pleased because she was the female supporting role. She continued to help Chen Luo run the Mengwan bar. She could get away at any time. However, for some reason, Meng Huan would think of Chen Luo from time to time. This caused her to suddenly not want to just lie there. Meng Huan hopes to stay in Nanchang, in this bar. In this way, maybe I will have a chance to see Chen Luo again in the future. At the same time, Meng Huan was also wondering, what is the relationship between the red-haired beauty next to Chen Luo and him? Master Chen Luo, how long can you last with her? Meng Huan felt that she would always have a chance. As for Chen Luo, of course he continued to play with Lin Yun. Chen Luo, you said today that you would take me to the internet cafe to play games, you can't go back on your word. Of course, how could I regret it? Sister Lin Yun, let's go, we'll go now. Chen Luo looked at Lin Yun. She was dressed today in a windbreaker and shorts. The thighs were longer than Chen Luo's life, and Chen Luo stared with his eyes wide open. He once again sighed about the villain of this book, Chen Luo. It's really a bit ungrateful. No, there is a beauty of this level, but you don't want her and have to lick Sha Qingyu to death. No need. As for whether Chen Luo would be attracted if a beauty prettier than Lin Yun appeared in the future. Then he has one answer. Won't. Chen Luo, you can't let Lin Yun down. If you miss a girl as good as Lin Yun, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Chapter 41. Chen Luo can't do such a thing. He brought Lin Yun directly to Tianshan Internet Cafe. This is a very high-end internet cafe in South City. Chen Luo and Lin Yun booked a private room. After entering, turning on the computer, Chen Luo took a quick look around. I was a little confused. Although, he had already prepared himself mentally. But looking at this computer, a completely unfamiliar game, Chen Luo still felt very strange. He remembered that he had also been to an internet cafe before he traveled through time. Chen Luo suddenly felt a little dazed. At the same time, he also felt that he might be able to do something great. Then I'll find Chen Ruizu, and then contact my fifth sister Chen Wanting, and let them tinker with it. Chen Luo believed that he could build a large factory with these. By then, Chen Luo's identity will no longer be ordinary. Hey, Chen Luo, let's play this shooting game online today. I'll tell you, I'm very good at it. Lin Yun seemed eager to try. This surprised Chen Luo a little. Even though I know that Lin Yun has a hidden attribute of being a game enthusiast. But she was so impatient, it seemed that Lin Yun really liked the game. But, in fact, the main thing is that this time I am accompanying Lin Yun to play with people. Chen Luo. Of course Lin Yun was extremely happy. This game, Gunslinger, is similar to the CS that Chen Luo played in his previous life. It just seems monotonous, without many modes, various guns, or maps. This is normal, after all, Chen Luo remembers it. In the original novel, the hero Yi Feng eventually ventured into the gaming field. Later, many classic games were created by Yi Feng Game Company. Of course, those game ideas were also provided by Yi Feng's system. Although it was completely different from the games Chen Luo was familiar with in his previous life. But it absolutely crushes these games in the novel world of Urban Evil Young Master. When it comes to playing, Chen Luo is a real gun god, so after getting familiar with it. Chen Luo is a fighter, and he basically kills one person with one shot. Lin Yun's eyes widened as she watched. She is the kind of person who is addicted to being a wimp. Chirp, chirp, ada da da da, oh my god, why am I dead? Chen Luo, help me kill them all. Don't leave any of them alive. Humph, you dare to hit me. You're looking for death. Lin Yun gave orders in a high-handed manner. Chen Luo was also having a lot of fun. Although this game mode is single, the characters are mediocre, and the weapons are ordinary. However, it was hard for Chen Luo to be unhappy when playing with Lin Yun. In this way, the two played until after 9 o'clock in the evening. Lin Yunkai got off the plane triumphantly. That night, under the leadership of Chen Luo, she won many games. Lin Yun was in an extremely happy mood. On the way back, Chen Luo suddenly spoke without saying a word. Lin Yunzu, your birthday is coming soon, right? Moment. Lin Yun's face turned red with embarrassment. Inner OS. Chen Luo, how could he remember my birthday? This. Lin Yun, it's almost time, about half a month left, Chen Luo is studying, what's wrong? Lin Yun was delighted inside, but she pretended to be calm on the surface. Chen Luo, nothing, I just asked. Chen Luo really just wanted to confirm it. He remembered the description in the book, Lin Yun's birthday. It's about this time. After getting a positive answer, Chen Luo had already made a plan in his mind. He wants to go to Lin Yun's birthday. Give her a big surprise. Are you kidding? Lin Yun gave him 60 million and didn't even mention it. Chen Luo felt that his return gift was nothing. But Chen Luo remembered that there seemed to be other descriptions in the book on Lin Yun's birthday. Chen Luo couldn't quite remember. He is more caring now and even celebrates Lin Yun's birthday. Chen Luo must help her do it gloriously. In addition, Chen Luo also knew that he had to work hard. Because Lin Yun's identity is not ordinary. In this way, there are many people chasing after Lin Yun. In Nanchang, not many people knew Lin Yun's identity. Except for those young masters. Elsewhere, in the city where the Lin group is located. There are many people pursuing Master Lin Yun. Nolt, although Chen Luo turned around and chose Lin Yun. Lin Yun was also very happy about this. But this does not mean that everything is fine. However, Chen Luo knew the plot. It was like he had opened a small hack to save his account. Therefore, those young masters were ultimately unable to compete with Chen Luo. Back home, Lin Yun threw herself on the bed. She was in a very happy mood. Chen Luoxu actually remembered my birthday. Hehe, that's great. Lin Yun was extremely happy. She didn't expect the plot to develop like this. I have been secretly in love with Chen Luo for 3 years, but now he suddenly turns back. This is really surprising. However, at this moment, Lin Yun's phone suddenly popped up another message from someone else. Bai Sheng, Xiao Yun, your birthday is coming soon, right? Then I will go to South City to celebrate your birthday. You just need to wait patiently. When Lin Yun heard this, her brows furrowed slightly. No, she replied directly. Bai Sheng, don't be shy, I'm your brother, this is nothing, I'll have fun with you later, remember to dress nicely. By the way, I like black stockings, remember to wear black stockings when you accompany me that day. Bai Sheng, are you looking for death? The coldness in Lin Yun's eyes became more and more obvious. Bai Sheng, haha, I'm just joking, Xiao Yun, don't mind, but sooner or later you will be my woman, right? Roll. After Lin Yun replied this, she was too lazy to pay any attention to this person anymore. In fact, Bai Sheng's family is not much more powerful than Lin Yun's. However, their family is in charge of the resources that Lin Yun's family currently needs. In addition, Bai Sheng and Lin Yun's parents also knew each other. For the sake of family interests, Lin Yun cannot completely turn black and white into victory at present. The Bai family is considered to be well known among the many large families. Well, Bai Sheng can only talk big for now. I dare not do anything inappropriate to Lin Yun. Otherwise, Lin Yun will definitely make Bai Sheng regret coming into this world. At present, Lin Yun is still unable to break up with him. This is also a bit frustrating for the children of large families. Although Lin Yun is deeply loved by her family. But we cannot be lawless, as there are some things beyond our control. Delete Bai Sheng's dialogue box. Lin Yun looked at the dialogue box that was pinned to Chen Luo. The coldness in her eyes gradually dissipated. Lin Yun didn't want Bai Sheng to disturb her bad mood. She began to look forward to the surprise that Chen Luo would prepare for her in the future. As for Bai Sheng, even if he really came to Nanchun, Lin Yun was too lazy to pay attention. She just wanted to stay with Chen Luo. If Bai Sheng doesn't know how to appreciate a favor, then Lin Yun doesn't care about any family teachings. She wanted to let Bai Sheng have a taste of how powerful Lin Yun was. But Lin Yun didn't know that Chen Luo had already considered all this. Later, the book seemed to describe that on Lin Yun's birthday, a young master came to help her celebrate her birthday, but Lin Yun directly refused. At that time, the author only mentioned this in passing in the book, but now, for me, this is not something worth ignoring. Chen Luo pondered inwardly. At the same time, I had already thought about how to help Lin Yun celebrate her birthday. Moreover, he had also prepared a birthday present for Lin Yun. As for the one who came to find young master Lin Yun, Chen Luo was not afraid at all. Chen Luo now has a goal, a place further away. He wants to lead the Chen family to grow to an extremely terrifying level. What's more, compared with the future Yi Feng, the current villain in the early stage, it's just a little Karami. In addition, Chen Luo also planned to look for Sha Qingyu. In order to suppress the male protagonist, Chen Luo spent 10 million to buy the Mengwan bar. That can't be wasted. In the original novel, Yi Feng asked Sha Qingyu to promote the bar, which immediately increased the bar's customer flow several times. Here, Chen Luo certainly didn't mind and followed suit. In the long run, this is definitely a good deal. However, Chen Luo didn't know clearly. He forgot that it was Lin Yun's birthday that day, and the author also wrote about another thing. That day, it was not only Lin Yun's birthday. It's time. It's also Sha Qingyu's birthday. Chapter 42. However, even if Chen Luo knew, he wouldn't care. What does Sha Qingyu's birthday have to do with him? Chen Luo thought of how the villain Chen Luo in the book licked Sha Qingyu so intently. As a result, Sha Qingyu looked indifferent. Oh, that's it, fine. If Chen Luo turns back with this attitude, wouldn't he be a masochist? And it would be fine if it was just a bad attitude. In the original novel, Sha Qingyu helped Yi Feng everywhere. To deal with Chen Luo. He even asked Chen Luo for money to support Yi Feng. This made Yi Feng rise rapidly in the early stage, and then he slapped Chen Luo in the face. Sha Qingyu also didn't care about the old friendship at all, when Yi Feng mocked Chen Luo. She just stood beside Yi Feng silently. In her eyes, there is only her brother Yi Feng. There is no trace of Chen Luo at all. If Chen Luo didn't know what was going on at this time and went up to her to beg for mercy, Sha Qingyu would also show an expression of disgust. Stay away from Chen Luo. She was afraid that her brother Yi Feng would be angry. With such an outrageous setting for the heroine, Chen Luo must be crazy. Only then will I take the initiative to talk to her. As for asking Sha Qingyu to help promote Mengwan Bar, purely for profit, he will give Sha Qingyu money. Of course, if Sha Qingyu disagrees, Chen Luo will not force her. I came here just to follow the original work, which is safer. If that doesn't work, find another beauty, it's the same. It's just that Sha Qingyu is more famous. She is the recognized campus beauty of Nanchang University. Chen Luo knew that in a university, there would be many campus beauties. Different people have different aesthetics. If short videos became popular in the world of urban evil young man's novels. But she was a pretty lady. The bloggers' titles will all be, "The campus beauty of a certain university goes out." But Sha Qingyu is different, she is sincere in the true sense. In addition, Sha Qingyu has many suitors besides Chen Luo. As mentioned before, they are not as good as Chen Luo. The spending power is also very good. If Sha Qingyu were to wear a bunny girl outfit and stand at the door of the bar. We'll put up a sign or something when the time comes. I guess people who come here just for Sha Qingyu would have to fight for their place. Those young masters were also happy to spend money on Sha Qingyu. Even so, it was difficult for Chen Luo to get his 10 million back quickly. However, in the long run, Chen Luo will definitely be able to earn it back. What's more, this was originally done to suppress Yi Feng. As long as Yi Feng no longer has this path to take, Chen Luo's goal has been achieved. This 10 million is worth it. Whenever he thought of this, Chen Luo felt a liking for Lin Yun. Just a few more points. To be honest, if it weren't for Lin Yun's help, Chen Luo alone wants to stop the rise of a man of destiny. It is indeed quite difficult. There are so many ways for this silly male protagonist to rise to prominence. There's nothing we can do, they have their own system. Read many online novels. Which male protagonist is awesome if he doesn't have a system? Even if it is an unknown system, once the plot begins, it will be very powerful. Super rich system, sign-in system, rebate system. Fortunately, Yi Feng's system follows the rules and procedures, allowing him to rise slowly. Otherwise, if Yi Feng obtained other systems, then Chen Luo will have no fun. However, there are not so many ifs in this world. But just with this, Yi Feng's extraordinary achievements were already exaggerated. To be honest, if Chen Luo hadn't stopped it, Yi Feng made tens of thousands of dollars at Wang Qing's breakfast shop. Then take Wang Qing's pocket money and the money given by Sha Qingyu. Acquire the unfinished building, there is a system. Just wait for appreciation. Then go and negotiate with the boss lady Meng Huan. He got something for nothing by taking advantage of Meng Huan's affection for Yi Feng. Without spending a penny, I helped Meng Huan run the bar. Make a profit from the price difference and earn tens of thousands. For the male protagonist with a system, he wants to make money. It's as simple as eating and drinking water. After that, he invested in Zhang Xiaoyu's shop and developed small games with Chen Ruizu. I also found Zhao Shihan, a wealthy woman with social anxiety. Her personality is cute, shy, socially anxious, and her family is quite wealthy. I have never been in love, very pure. As a result, after being flirted with by the male protagonist a few times, she took the initiative to throw herself into his arms and spend money on him. Things like, "I steal money from home for you to spend," and, "It's okay, I'll give you all my money." Sometimes Chen Luo couldn't understand, did she really love him that much? Chen Luo remembered that Yi Feng just bought a pancake for this socially anxious rich woman. The reason was that the rich girl really wanted to eat it, but her family's education was very strict. If she is not allowed to eat these, the rich girl will not dare to buy them. Seeing this, Yi Feng immediately understood what the system meant and knew that it would help. The system taught him that buying a pancake for Zhao Shihan would increase her favorability. Yi Feng smiled confidently and went to buy a pancake. Zhao Shihan's eyes suddenly widened, as if she had seen something extraordinary. At this point, Zhao Shihan had a deep impression of Yi Feng. Favorability increases rapidly, so much so that the next time they met, Yi Feng went straight to Zhao Shihan to borrow money. Asked to borrow 1 million for investment, Zhao Shihan agreed immediately. When Chen Luo saw it at that time, he didn't feel anything. Now that he has entered the villain's perspective, he realizes, "Brother, you are too outrageous, aren't you? Is it true that the heroines are lining up to give it to you? Just by helping to buy a pancake, you can get 1 million from the heroine. No matter who it is, how can they not rise up? But there is no way, it is destiny. Even if the hero gets the most worthless treasure, in his hands, it will sooner or later become the most amazing treasure. Despite receiving the worst treatment, the male protagonist always turns a disaster into a blessing and eventually wins first place. It is considered good for Yifeng to develop slowly. Moreover, Chen Luo also remembered that Zhao Shihan also went to Manhwa bar once later. Helped Yifeng in the book to attract many guests. However, none of this has anything to do with Chen Luo. Zhao Shihan is the heroine, and she can be easily taken down by the hero in just 2 or 3 strokes. He can't. Chen Luo remembered Zhao Shihan's attitude towards the villain Chen Luo in the book. That's extremely disgusting. Moreover, Chen Luo also remembered that this Zhao Shihan seemed to be from the same community as him. But as the heroine, Zhao Shihan would see Chen Luo in the community. They all looked disgusted. If Chen Luo went to chat up Zhao Shihan, I guess Zhao Shihan would frown and then run away silently. It was as if Chen Luo was something that could not be touched. Therefore, Chen Luo would not be so bored as to make himself unhappy. But, in order to suppress the male protagonist, the line with Zhao Shihan must also be destroyed. Otherwise, let Yifeng build the bridge successfully. With Zhao Shihan's crazy obsession with this operation, it is estimated that Yifeng will be able to accumulate a large amount of funds quickly. That's not good. And after thinking about it, over there Sha Qingyu, she still couldn't accept it. The scene of Chen Luo dodging her hand kept flashing through Sha Qingyu's mind. Chen Luo, you really don't like me anymore. Sha Qingyu still felt very aggrieved at this time. She felt deep regret. But what shocked Sha Qingyu was. Just then, Chen Luo suddenly sent a message. Sha Qingyu, are you free now? I have something to talk to you about. Suddenly, there was a light in Sha Qingyu's eyes. Chen Luo wants to talk to me about something. He doesn't want to apologize to me, does he? No, Chen Luo should want to get back together with me. Wait, does he regret avoiding my hand that night too? I told you that Chen Luo would never give up on me so easily. You deserve it. I won't see you. Let's see what you can do. Sha Qingyu tasted some sweetness. Some cerebral palsy attacks. But she quickly came to her senses. If I continue to test Chen Luo, what if Chen Luo lets me go again? No, we must seize this opportunity. Sha Qingyu almost broke out in a cold sweat on her back. Luckily, she hadn't said that yet. Sha Qingyu swallowed. She didn't know why she had such an outrageous idea. Obviously, I miss Chen Luo so much. Of course, classmate Chen Luo, come over quickly, I'll be waiting for you downstairs in the dormitory. After saying this, Sha Qingyu breathed a sigh of relief. Immediately, the smile on the corner of his mouth could no longer be suppressed. Sha Qingyu began to cheer in her heart. That's great. Chen Luo is finally coming back to me. This time, I will definitely cherish her. Sha Qingyu said that she would never think of testing Chen Luo again. This is outrageous. It's so unfair to Chen Luo. And put aside many thoughts. Sha Qingyu took out a mirror and started to put on makeup. In order to leave a good impression on Chen Luo. Even if they were just going downstairs to meet, Sha Qingyu would present herself to Chen Luo in a perfect manner. Chapter 43. In the girls' dormitory, Sha Qingyu's roommates. I don't know what happened to her suddenly. One of them seemed to have thought of something and said with a smile, Qingyu, are you going to visit your brother Yifeng? Oh, you're also taking out black stockings. Sha Qingyu was stunned when she heard this, and immediately retorted, what do you mean my brother Yifeng? Don't mention him anymore, I have nothing to do with him anymore. Whenever Sha Qingyu thought of Yifeng now, she found it outrageous. She heard that Yifeng seemed to be in the hospital. Several goddesses from the neighboring department went to visit him. This made Sha Qingyu a little confused. Don't they care? This Yifeng is playing with several women at the same time. Sha Qingyu sometimes wonders if this world of hers is fake. How could a super scumbag like Yifeng be loved by so many beautiful women? How outrageous. Anyway, Sha Qingyu has figured it out. Whoever wants to love can love. She shouldn't wear so many green hats on herself. But Sha Qingyu didn't dare to say that she was going to see Chen Luo. She is a little shy. As for whether they would see it or not, Sha Qingyu didn't care. On the contrary, she hoped that this matter could be spread. By then, her chances of winning against that girl named Lin Yun will be even greater, right? Sha Qingyu couldn't help but imagine many plots in her mind. She dressed up quickly. Then wait silently. I have arrived. Ding dong, the phone vibrates, and a message from Chen Luo comes. Sha Qingyu hurried downstairs. When Chen Luo saw Sha Qingyu, he was a little surprised. I have to say that Sha Qingyu is indeed a top-notch person. That long straight black hair and perfect figure. Goddess legs, wearing black stockings and black round dance shoes. The co-upper body is a white shirt with a dark green key short skirt. Such a pure and lovely appearance is probably the most beautiful white moonlight in the hearts of many men. But Chen Luoxiao just sighed at Sha Qingyu's beauty. The rest, nothing more. You have to admit it, Sha Qingyu is indeed beautiful. But Lin Yunxiao was no worse. Chen Luo only likes Lin Yun. Chen Luo, you're looking for me. Quote. Before Chen Luo could speak, Sha Qingyu calmed her heaving chest a little, pulled her long black hair back at her temples, and her face was even slightly flushed. Outside the dormitory building, many people saw this scene. All the onlookers were very surprised. Hey, look, isn't that Chen Kaikulg and the goddess Sha Qingyu? What are they talking about? Chen Xiao, did you finally get the beauty from Sha University? Shish, I'm so envious. Wow, the goddess's long black legs, so smooth. If I could touch them, I'd be able to brag about them for a year. Blow for a year. If I could touch it once, I could blow it for the rest of my life. As the goddess of countless otakus, Sha Qingyu's beauty is unquestionable. They looked at Chen Luo and Sha Qingyu standing face to face. All that came to my mind was endless envy. Well, there is something I would like to ask you for help with. Chen Luo spoke calmly. Sha Qingyu was even more secretly delighted. It seems that Chen Luo really wants to get back together with me. What is it? Sha Qingyu asked with a look of delight. It's like this. You know, I bought a bar not long ago, but the business of that bar is not very good, so I want you to help me promote it. Ah, I go to promote it. Chen Luo, I don't know how to do it. How should I promote it? Sha Qingyu was a little confused. Chen Luo was very straightforward. He took out a poster and said, it's very simple. You just need to dress like this and stand at the door of my bar. In addition, I will make your sign and put up your poster in the bar. And I may need you to show up from time to time and drink with the guests. But don't worry, everything is very formal. Chen Luo's words made Sha Qingyu's mind buzz. She looked at the poster in Chen Luo's hand. Her face was red and her heart was beating fast, but her anger was burning inside. What? Chen Luo, this guy, not only wants me to dress like this. The poster was of a cute bunny girl wearing black stockings, swimsuit and bunny earrings. Although Sha Qingyu doesn't mind dressing herself up beautifully. Even go for the sexy route. But Sha Qingyu couldn't accept her dressing like this. She hasn't opened up to that extent yet. Not to mention, you have to stand at the door of the bar to solicit customers. Even hang a sign at the door of the bar and put up posters inside the bar. Then what has become of Sha Qingyu? The most important thing is that she may have to show up from time to accompany guests for drinks. Sha Qingyu suddenly felt that this was Chen Luo's revenge on her. Or maybe, this is Chen Luo's nature. Because you can't have it, so now you want to destroy me. In just a moment, Sha Qingyu thought of Yifeng again. She thought, if it was brother Yifeng. In any case, Kaikeb wouldn't let her do such a thing, right? But Sha Qingyu didn't know. In fact, in the original book, Yifeng did this. And Sha Qingyu agreed with this very much. Her answer at the time was, as long as I can help brother Yifeng, I will do anything. Yifeng touched Sha Qingyu's head tenderly and said, yeah, but don't worry, Sister Qingyu, I just show up occasionally and have a drink with them. There won't be any danger. If someone wants to do something bad to you, I will let him know what it means, you have already chosen death. Then, Sha Qingyu was fascinated again. But here, Sha Qingyu was not so willing. She does have a better impression of Chen Luo now. But I'm not obsessed to this extent. So, Sha Qingyu said directly, I'm sorry, Chen Luo, I may not be able to do it, it's too embarrassing. Sha Qingyu lost a lot of the good impression she had accumulated towards Chen Luo with great difficulty. She couldn't understand why Chen Luo did this. Didn't he come here to get back together with me? Sha Qingyu even thought that if what Chen Luo said was true, she would wear it secretly for him to see alone. Even Sha Qingyu might agree. She is in a complicated mood now. But Chen Luo is not complicated at all, his purpose is very pure. Don't worry, I won't let you work for nothing. I will pay you. Upon hearing this, Sha Qingyu's eyes suddenly lit up. She thought to herself, salary. Sha Qingyu is very short of money now. Since this time, Chen Luo said he would no longer support her. Sha Qingyu's quality of life plummeted. Not only that, Sha Qingyu was hindered in many aspects. For example, she wants to be elected class monitor. In the original novel, it was because of Chen Luo's support. So many people had to vote for Sha Qingyu. Of course Sha Qingyu didn't appreciate it at all, and didn't feel that the villain Chen Luo had paid a lot. And Xia Qingyu wanted to compete for the position of director of the External Relations Department, and it was Chen Luo who was secretly helping her. Without Chen Luo as her trump card, Xia Qingyu instantly transformed into an ordinary woman with only a pretty appearance. When I ran for class monitor, I was not good at speaking, so the number of people who supported me decreased a lot. Xia Qingyu no longer had the desire to even sign up to compete for the position of director of External Relations Department. She felt that she would definitely not be able to choose. And these are just external factors. The key point is that Xia Qingyu has no money. The food changed from occasional delicacies from land and sea to 2 dishes and a soup. It can be said to be very shabby. Although this would allow Xia Qingyu to lose weight at the same time. But Xia Qingyu is a foodie. Perhaps only she herself knew how much she wanted to enjoy a meal at the Tianxiao Renjian restaurant again. Therefore, Chen Luo now said that he would pay her a salary. Xia Qingyu was instantly filled with anticipation. She immediately thought, could it be that Chen Luo wants to use this as an excuse to apologize to me and continue to give me pocket money? Great. How much will Chen Luo pay me? He even gave Lin Yun a sports car, so how can I expect 100,000 a month? Well, considering Chen Luo's family background, his generosity, and my relationship with Chen Luo, I'm sure there's at least 100,000. Xia Qingyu felt very happy. To be honest, Chen Luo would really like to give her a salary of 100,000 yuan a month. Xia Qingyu thought that she could only help out reluctantly. The main thing is that Xia Qingyu now knows how to value the benefits that come from it. If her relationship with Chen Luo eased now. After that, those bags, jewelry, expensive things. Isn't it another chance to get it? Every failure makes you wiser. Xia Qingyu was not so stupid this time. Yes, salary, it's equivalent to me hiring you. We will sign a contract. Of course, it's up to you whether to sign it or not. Chen Luolu smiled brightly. Looks harmless. This almost made Xia Qingyu fall in love with her. She suddenly felt that Chen Luo was indeed very beautiful. Sign, I'll sign. Then Chen Luo, how much salary do you want to give me? Hee. Xia Qingyu responded quickly, fearing that Chen Luo would go back on his word. She felt that her wonderful life might be just around the corner. It was not until now that Xia Qingyu realized how good Chen Luo had been to her. Those hundreds of thousands alone were far beyond what Xia Qingyu could earn. She finally realized how difficult it is to make money. However, Chen Luo's answer made Xia Qingyu stunned on the spot. A monthly base salary plus commission, how about that, Qingyu? Chen Luo spoke very calmly. The smile on her face seemed to be brighter. But this smile fell into Xia Qingyu's eyes. Woo. Chapter 44. Only a base salary of 1,000 plus commission. Is Chen Luo trying to piss me off on purpose? Is my heart only worth $1,000? Didn't you spend tens of thousands of dollars on me before? $1,000 is not even enough for a day's meal for you, right? Why? Xia Qingyu pursed her lips, tears welling up in her eyes. The aggrieved feeling was completely written on his face. Of course, Chen Luo is not a naive person. Nawad naturally knew why Xia Qingyu had that expression. But Chen Luo had no intention of comforting her at all. Why, I gave you a base salary of 1,000 plus commissions, and you still think it's not enough, right? Chen Luo knew that Xia Qingyu was a typical example of someone who did not put herself in the right position. Niul Shi is a woman who has a good appearance but no real ability. In the original novel, if she hadn't taken refuge with the male protagonist Yi Feng, she would have been favored by Yi Feng. Only then can you have no worries about food and clothing for the rest of your life. Otherwise, she might be a poor college student who just graduated. When I was in school, I was full of ambition and said that I would not do any job that paid less than 100,000 yuan a month. Just kidding, my suitors are willing to spend tens of thousands on me casually. Can a beauty like me do a job that pays less than 100,000 yuan a month? However, live streaming and short videos are not popular in this world. Therefore, it is not easy for Xia Qingyu to become an internet celebrity. As for celebrities, that's even more difficult. Xia Qingyu is beautiful, very beautiful. But if you look at the whole country, it can't be ranked. Moreover, Xia Qingyu's family background is also very ordinary. It can even be said that it held her back. Otherwise, the money that Chen Luo had given Xia Qingyu earlier would be enough for her to live a leisurely life for a long time. Unfortunately, all the money was spent by Xia Qingyu's mother and her relatives. Xia Qingyu had no other choice but to repay her family for raising her. The main thing is that she never expected that Chen Luo would suddenly stop licking her. Xia Qingyu was not mentally prepared at all. And she looked at Chen Luo for a long time with her big watery eyes filled with tears. Seeing that Chen Luo's expression did not change at all, Sha Qingyu's heart sank to the bottom. She was finally convinced that Chen Luo was serious. In Chen Luo's eyes, she is only worth a few $1,000s. Sha Qingyu's daydream was shattered. A monthly salary of 100,000. Haha, it turns out that it was in Chen Luo's heart. There's no room left. He was willing to give Lin Yun a sports car, but he offered himself a monthly salary of 1,000 yuan. At this time, Sha Qingyu felt deeply frustrated. She just thought that she might have a chance to defeat Lin Yun. But now, Sha Qingyu doesn't think so. Chen Luo, isn't a base salary of 1,000 too low? Can you give me 20,000 a month? Sha Qingyu finally mustered up the courage to speak. She also accepted her fate. A monthly salary of 100,000 yuan. A monthly salary of 10,000 yuan. It has nothing to do with her anymore. But, it has to start at least 20,000, right? Few thousand, not even enough to have a meal in heaven. If I want to buy a Nuilnul worth tens of thousands, I have to save up for 2 months. Too long. Sha Qingyu now missed her first 3 years madly. What a happy time it was then. Almost every week I received different gifts from Chen Luo, cheap ones, including clothes and shoes. Expensive, famous brands, gold and silver jewelry. Sha Qingyu now recalled. I also increasingly wondered if there was something wrong with my brain at that time. Chen Luo was so good to me, why didn't I agree? Sha Qingyu also understood that she was not actually materialistic. It's not about following whoever has money. But Chen Luo is not only willing to spend money, but also give his true heart. Then why is she obsessed with Yifeng? Sha Qingyu herself couldn't explain this clearly. She felt that her previous destiny seemed to have been written by someone. Everything is a trajectory set in advance. She won't resist at all. But now, Sha Qingyu felt that she should resist. However, Chen Luo's words made Sha Qingyu's heart sink again. Sha Qingyu, a base salary of 1,000 is already a lot, not to mention that I also give you commissions. Let me tell you, every time you show up and accompany guests for drinks, I will give you an extra 1,000 yuan in salary. My contract stipulates that you must appear at least 4 times a month, so your minimum salary is actually 10,000 hua. Chen Luo spoke very sincerely. But the more she talked, the more Sha Qingyu wanted to cry. Woo woo woo, when I followed Chen Luo before, let alone 10,000 yuan, even if it was a loan of hundreds of thousands, he didn't say anything and just gave it to me directly. But now, $1,000 or $2,000 are calculated so clearly, and, you have to dress up and drink with others to get it. Sha Qingyu couldn't accept this contrast at all. She felt extremely aggrieved, but she didn't dare to fall out with Chen Luo. Now is not the same as before. Sha Qingyu understood that if she dared to blame Chen Luo at this time, I guess, Chen Luo will completely delete and block her the next second. So, Sha Qingyu said weakly, can you, let me think about it? Of course. Once you've thought it over, send me a message. Chen Luo seemed very generous. But the more this happened, the sadder Sha Qingyu became. This showed that Chen Luo and she had completely become strangers. Perhaps the only relationship left between us is that of employment. From now on, Chen Luo is her boss. She was just an ordinary worker under Chen Luo. From the possibility of becoming a rich lady, a great start. Play till the end, basic salary is 1,000. Sha Qingyu felt that she was too miserable. She had countless grievances in her heart and wanted to tell someone about them. Therefore, after returning home, Sha Qingyu couldn't help but tell several of her roommates. But I never thought that when those girls heard it, their eyes lit up immediately. Oh my god, is this true? Qingyu, Master Chen is willing to offer you a base salary of 1,000 yuan. All you need is to dress up and help with the promotion. Can you help me ask if Master Chen is still hiring? I can do anything. A cute girl with short hair said excitedly. I can do that too. Add me. Isn't that great? A base salary of over 1,000 yuan, plus commissions. I envy you so much, Qingyu. You're only a freshman, and you've found a job with a monthly salary of over 10,000 yuan. Woohoo! Let me tell you, my brother has graduated from college for 3 years, and his monthly salary is only over 1,000 yuan. That's right. My sister has graduated for 7 years, and now her monthly income barely reaches 1,000 yuan. Now that she has entered society, she knows how hard it is to make money. Sigh. I really don't know what I should do in the future. Sha Qingyu originally came here to complain. Unexpectedly, her words resonated with her roommates. Sha Qingyu could only put a question mark on this. Quote question mark question mark question mark. So, a base salary of 1,000 yuan is a lot, right? Sha Qingyu had never worked before, but she actually had some concept of money. But since being pursued by Chen Luo, a long time has passed. Sha Qingyu gradually felt that money was no longer money. Just kidding, Chen Luo would give her tens of thousands of dollars in cash and tens of thousands of gold and silver jewelry from time to time. I will also pay for her unconditionally. She doesn't have to spend a penny when she goes out to eat. You can also often go to various high-end restaurants and enjoy luxurious life. Anyone would feel this way after 3 years of living like this. 10,000 or 20,000 yuan is for personal use. But once Chen Luo was gone, Sha Qingyu's true colors were immediately revealed. Without Chen Luo's help, she had to rely on herself to earn tens of thousands of dollars. That would be too difficult. This also made Sha Qingyu feel inexplicably balanced. It seems that Chen Luo treats me well, doesn't it? Ji Qian, is that okay? And, maybe this is my chance. Working under Chen Luo, there will be more opportunities for contact with him, right? Also, if I make money, I can buy a gift for Chen Luo. Then, he will definitely be touched by me, right? The more Sha Qingyu thought about it, the more she felt that human nature was not dull after all. Her hard work, plus her beauty. Sha Qingyu didn't believe that she would not be able to defeat Chen Luo. Therefore, Sha Qingyu made a decision. Chen Luo, I promise you, let's sign the contract. On the other side, Chen Luo was looking at the message sent by Sha Qingyu. The heart is also calm. This was certainly a good thing, saving Chen Luo a lot of effort. There's no need to look for another woman. But what Chen Luo didn't expect was, Sha Qingyu's plan to work at Manhwa Bar was a matter of twists and turns. It actually fell into the ears of the male protagonist Yi Feng. After hearing this, Yi Feng became furious. What? Sister Qingyu, you want to work at Chen Luo's bar and dress up as a bunny girl? No, absolutely not. Chen Luo, you wait for me, I won't let you go. When Yi Feng heard the news, he was so furious that his lungs almost exploded. What is the difference between this behavior and direct green? In Yi Feng's eyes, Sha Qingyu wearing a bunny girl uniform and showing it to other men was already considered cuckolding. Not to mention, it was worn for the young master of the Chen family to see. Yi Feng had even imagined the scene of them having an in-depth communication together. The male protagonist Yi Feng felt that the top of his head was once again green. Chapter 45. The male protagonist Yi Feng was originally in hospital when he heard the news. Nawad was so angry that he was discharged from the hospital directly. Although the injuries on his body have not yet fully healed. But it also has too much influence. After all, he is the male lead. The son of destiny, the one with the aura of the protagonist, is dead. But, this is the look of a plaster cast and bandages. It's actually a bit funny. He didn't look like a man in high spirits at all. But now, Yi Feng has taken care of so many things. I feel that I must go. If I go any further, my dear sister Qingyu will fall into the devil's way. Yi Feng accepted it no matter what when he fell into the hands of those masters. In Nalanwad's eyes, Chen Luo is a complete scumbag. Nawad let Qingyu dress like this. It's definitely to satisfy the evil taste in your heart. But Yi Feng didn't expect that. Nawad was actually like this. Not only that, in Yi Feng's original work, he also had Sha Qingyu wear various uniforms to play with him. Yi Feng felt that doing so was both just and interesting. Because Qingyu also likes me. She did it willingly. But sister Qingyu definitely likes the Chen family. The condition she agreed to must be the same as Meng Huan's. There must be something hidden here. The master of the Chen family definitely used some kind of trick. For example, they kidnapped Qingyu's family to threaten her. Or maybe Qingyu has something on him. Even, this Chen Luo might use the gift he gave to Qingyu before and now wants to take it back as a threat. Many thoughts popped up in Yi Feng's mind. The more I thought about it, the more anxious I became. At the same time, I was also convinced. At times like this, isn't it time for Nobswad to be with Nol Qingyu? Sister Qingyu, wait for me, I will definitely come to save you. At this moment, Yi Feng felt that he was so handsome. Is this definitely a scene where a hero saves a beautiful girl? Yi Feng could even imagine himself suddenly appearing in front of Sha Qingyu. What kind of expression would my dear sister Qingyu have? I guess. Sha Qingyu. Oh my god, brother Yi Feng, you are here. Are you here to save me? That's great. Sha Qingyu. I am so grateful to you, brother Yi Feng, you are so kind to me. From now on, I will do whatever you say. And if Chen Luo were to judge, I know clearly that according to the Sha Qingyu in the original novel, it might really be so outrageous. After all, the protagonist's aura is very strong. Chen Luo still remembers this in the original book. Among Yi Feng's many harems, there are only various school beauties, goddesses, presidents, and celebrities. Even, there are mother-daughter and sister couples. Yes, the charm of the male protagonist Long Aotian is all from the Dragon King. Is it normal to win over all kinds of sisters? This is a classic plot in many cool novels. Fortunately, all these have no impact on Chen Luo. It has nothing to do with you. As for Chen Luo, after discussing with Sha Qingyu, he went to play with Lin Yun. Today, Lin Yun wants to treat Chen Luo to another delicious meal. Chen Luo said that following a rich woman, this life is really wonderful. Moreover, Chen Luo has to find another heroine. She is Leng Xiaoyan, the chairman of a company. A young and promising female president. He is also the director of Nanchang University. In the original novel, Leng Xiaoyan had a flat tire while driving. Yi Feng happened to pass by there. In fact, it was Yi Feng's system that issued the task to him. Let Nawatnul go and squat during that time. Then he helped Leng Xiaoyan deal with the tire blowout so that she could make it to the meeting smoothly. At this point, Leng Xiaoyan had a deep impression of this cheerful boy. Later, Leng Xiaoyan met Yi Feng at school. She greeted Yi Feng, and Yi Feng smiled and nodded in response. Then, the buddies around Yi Feng were all stunned. He opened his mouth and said, "Wow, right, brother Yi, you know this kind of thing." Yi Feng pretended to know nothing and asked in confusion, "Yeah, what's wrong, is she famous?" Then the lackey of the protagonist would excitedly say, "Brother Yi, that beautiful girl is our school's director, Xiao Yi. She is also the chairman of the Mo Leng group. She is a very rich female CEO and drives a luxury car to work." At this time, Yi Feng made the male protagonist iconic, indifferent shrug. He explained casually, "I know, I just helped her fix her tire a while ago. It turns out that she has such a great background." Next, the protagonist and his gang of younger brothers were amazed. At the same time, the author describes the feelings of these younger brothers. "It's good to follow Brother Yi, but I didn't expect that Brother Yi actually knew such a person. Haha, those idiots probably never dreamed that our Brother Yi is already very awesome now, right?" And Yi Feng would be secretly happy. "Tisk tisk, system, oh system, I didn't expect that the mission you issued to me this time would actually let me hook up with a beautiful CEO and the director of Nanchang Primary School. You are amazing." Yes, the male protagonist Yi Feng doesn't care about it. "In fact, I was already very happy inside. If I wear a mask, the corners of my mouth under the mask would probably be harder to suppress than act. But what are Chen Luo's responsibilities? That is to block all the paths of the male protagonist Yi Yang. If you do that, you will be slapped in the face by Yi Yang." Sometimes the male protagonist's slap in the face is not enough, and the female protagonists will also come to bully Chen Luo in various ways. Of course Chen Luo agreed. Moreover, Chen Luo also remembered that Leng Xiaoyan looked serious in the early stage. He just nodded and said hello to Yi Feng. But after being conquered by Yi Feng, according to the author's bad taste, Leng Xiaoyan was directly described as a being who was full of desire. Chapter 46. Chen Luo's words once again made Sha Qingyu somewhat disappointed. Once again, she felt a sense of disappointment. Just now Sha Qingyu was still fantasizing whether Chen Luo would be so handsome as to invite her to get in the car. Then take her out for dinner, to a movie, and buy her a gift. Finally, he took out the contract and said he wanted to sign it with her. Sha Qingyu even thought that Chen Luo might go back on his word. "I drove a sports car here today just to apologize to myself. Maybe, she can even get a salary of 20,000. But, Chen Luo's quiet tone made Sha Qingyu feel that this person was not very aggressive. Fortunately, Sha Qingyu still has hope. Maybe after I sign the contract, Chen Luo will ask me out to play. Sha Qingyu comforted herself in this way. She took the contract from Chen Luo reluctantly. I just flipped through it and felt there was nothing wrong with it. Sha Qingyu also didn't think that Chen Luo would harm her. If it were in the past, Sha Qingyu would definitely not dare to sign. She would feel that Chen Luo definitely had no good intentions. But now, Sha Qingyu understood that if she dared to refuse or raise any questions, I guess Chen Luo would step on the accelerator and leave directly. And left a cold message, it's up to you to sign or not. If you don't sign, forget it. Yes, Sha Qingyu finally realized the feeling of being there and not there when she was with Chen Luo. This made Sha Qingyu dare not act rashly or seek death again. She looked at Chen Luo's quiet eyes. Finally, I signed the contract obediently. Of course, Chen Luo didn't intend to trick Sha Qingyu or anything like that. Not really, Chen Luo knew. In the original novel, although Sha Qingyu's attitude towards Nawad was not very good, she also did some things that were not good for Nawad. That crime is not punishable by death. To be honest, Sha Qingyu is nothing more than a white lotus and a green tea bitch. Moreover, she agreed to Chen Luo's work request, and Chen Luo had to thank her. What's more, Chen Luo also thought that if he started to develop short videos and internet celebrity economy in the future, then go and recruit Sha Qingyu to be the female anchor, then the value she brings will be even greater. Therefore, Chen Luo would not abandon Sha Qingyu directly. She still has some surplus value to be squeezed out. This needs to be developed well. How much of a pity would it be to just throw it away? In addition, Chen Luo also knew that if he hired Sha Qingyu to work, then Yifeng would probably be so angry that he would die. This is not a bad thing at all for Chen Luo. I'm happy to do so. As for treatment, a monthly salary of 8,000 plus commission, whether it's good or not, or bad, then it's absolutely not bad. Chen Luo and Sha Qingyu signed a 3-year contract. That is to say, for the past 3 years, Sha Qingyu had to work for Chen Luo, on duty at the Manhwa bar. Although Sha Qingyu lost some freedom, she earned at least 3 or 400,000 in 3 years. This is already very impressive for college students. Therefore, if Sha Qingyu agreed, Chen Luo would be happy to continue communicating with her. If he is unwilling, then Chen Luo will really be like what Sha Qingyu thinks. Just step on the accelerator and leave. This is a job you can choose if you want to. Just kidding, the monthly salary is 8,000 plus commission, and the work is easy. If you don't do it, there are plenty of options. To put it bluntly, in Chen Luo's eyes, Sha Qingyu no longer has much weight. She is just an ordinary beautiful working girl. If you are willing to work for Chen Luo, then everything will be easy. If you don't want to, it doesn't matter if we delete or block each other. Chen Luo's carefree attitude made Nawad feel a lot more relaxed. This job of licking Sha Qingyu is impossible for me. I will never be a licker again in my life. So, when Sha Qingyu signed, Chen Luo took the contract. She said, then you can go to class tomorrow. I've already informed the boss lady. By the way, remember to change into your clothes. I've also hired a photographer for you. Don't worry, she's a girl, there won't be any danger. Chen Luo's words made Sha Qingyu startled. Girl. Chen Luo, is this so considerate? Sha Qingyu felt inexplicably warm in her heart. She was a little scared before she signed. On the one hand, she was worried that Chen Luo would really take advantage of this and have some improper thoughts about her. For example, take her to a more private room, let her change clothes, help her take pictures, etc. I even worry, will Chen Luo call someone else over? Wouldn't I be in danger by then? Sha Qingyu's stereotype of Chen Luo has not completely changed. Now, Chen Luo's words made Sha Qingyu dispel these concerns directly. So, the photographer Chen Luo hired for me is a girl. You don't even want to watch it. Instead, Sha Qingyu felt a little disappointed. This made her want to ask, Chen Luo, then, don't you want to see me dressed as a bunny girl? When these words came out, even Sha Qingyu was shocked. Who am I? Where am I? Why would I say something like that? Sha Qingyu felt extremely ashamed. Her face also had 2 blushes. This had never been revealed in front of Yifeng. Really shy. Before, when Sha Qingyu and Yifeng came into contact, that kind of shyness feels ridiculous. In other words, it was not Sha Qingyu's original intention. This is of course normal, because Sha Qingyu had many things in the past. All of these were set by the author of The Evil Young Master in the City. It is said that she will become the male protagonist bootlicker, and will be easily won over by the male protagonist after a few A's. Now, it's different. Sha Qingyu's character is somewhat broken. Therefore, her shyness is also genuine. Rather than being set in advance, it has to be said that Sha Qingyu's level of activity is even higher. Chen Luo, after seeing this, felt no emotion at all. No, what's so good about this? Chen Luo replied quietly. Nawad was speaking from the heart, since he had no intention of having too much to do with Sha Qingyu. There's no need to watch that. If Lin Yun dressed like this, Chen Luo would definitely look at her enough. This answer was like a bolt from the blue to Sha Qingyu. At this moment, she was completely stunned. Chen Luo Nawad doesn't want to see. At this moment, Sha Qingyu almost doubted her own charm. Not really. Am I that unattractive? Sha Qingyu inexplicably felt like crying but had no tears. At the same time, she also felt lost. To be honest, if Chen Luo said at this time that he really wanted to see it, Sha Qingyu would be happy instead. However, in that case, Sha Qingyu would continue to show a cold attitude towards Chen Luo. And said, "Huh, you want to see it? Then raise my salary to 20,000, otherwise I won't show it to you." Sha Qingyu also didn't know when her character of acting like a spoiled child in front of Chen Luo would change. What made Sha Qingyu even more panicked was, after Chen Luo finished speaking, he didn't seem to be reluctant to leave at all and just planned to leave. Hearing Chen Luo start the car, Sha Qingyu quickly came to her senses and shouted, "Hey, wait, Chen Luo, aren't you going to take me out for dinner?" Hearing this, Chen Luo was immediately filled with question marks. "Chen Luo, why should I take you out for dinner?" This time, it was Sha Qingyu's turn to feel embarrassed. "Sha Qingyu, well, then why did you drive a sports car to see me?" Sha Qingyu naively thought that Chen Luo came specially to pick her up. If you don't want to pick her up to go out and play, there's no need to drive a sports car out of the school for such a short distance, right? Although, Chen Luo never said from beginning to end that he wanted to have dinner with Sha Qingyu or anything like that. "Oh, I'm going to pick up Lin Yun later. I want to have dinner with her. Is that okay?" Chen Luo replied. Boom. Sha Qingyu stood there in a daze. It felt like I was hit by tons of critical hits. She could no longer hold back her originally calm emotions. Tears welled up all of a sudden. Sha Qingyu wanted to ask at this time, "Why? Why did you choose Lin Yun instead of me?" Sha Qingyu knew that she was probably the least qualified person to say this. Chapter 47. Do you really want to go eat with Lin Yunzu? Sha Qingyu tried hard to hold back her tears, her voice choking with sobs. She seemed a little unconvinced and asked again, "Yeah, can this be false?" Chen Luo answered calmly. He did not show any sign of softness in his heart just because Sha Qingyu was about to cry. Bang! For Sha Qingyu, this was another critical hit. She felt even more pain inside. TDI, I couldn't help but think of it. This guy Chen Luo, I'm crying, doesn't he know how to comfort me? This is a great opportunity for him, it's really infuriating, After Sha Qingyu and Chen Luo communicated for a while, the tension disappeared again. She now really hopes that Chen Luo can let go of his arrogant attitude. Come and comfort her. Sha Qingyu swore that if Chen Luo was willing to do so, this time, she will definitely give Chen Luo the response he deserves. She will definitely not be so cold anymore. I will no longer turn a blind eye to Chen Luo's kindness, or I will no longer care about it. But Chen Luo remained indifferent. In fact, for Chen Luo, he believes, what does it have to do with me if you cry? You cry, do I have to comfort you? It was impossible for Chen Luo to lick Sha Qingyu again. He also understood that if he was soft-hearted now, he would try to coax Sha Qingyu. This Sha Qingyu will definitely take advantage of you again. Besides, why should he coax her? Chen Luo doesn't like Sha Qingyu, he likes Lin Yun. Now he saw Sha Qingyu crying, if he could go up to comfort her. Isn't that a promiscuous person? What would Lin Yun think when she saw this? Many things are principled and require self-awareness. Sha Qingyu felt aggrieved, and she wanted to find her roommate, best friend, or Yi Feng. Chen Luo doesn't care. However, Chen Luo's indifference made Sha Qingyu more aware. She thought to herself, Chen Luo, are you really so heartless? Woohoo, I am so sad. However, Sha Qingyu also understood that all of this was her own fault. He was so harsh on Chen Luo before. It's just like this now. Do you hope Chen Luo can let go of everything to comfort yourself? Sha Qingyu wasn't that unreasonable. She calmed down a little and wanted to say goodbye to Chen Luo. But neither of them expected that at this time. Suddenly, Yi Feng's voice came from behind. Chen Luo, stay away from my sister Qingyu. Chen Luo turned around and saw Yi Feng walking towards him aggressively. His hands and feet were wrapped in bandages, and he couldn't walk very well. The limping look was very funny. However, the anger on Yi Feng's face was fully revealed. The onlookers around were also attracted by Yi Feng's words. They immediately understood what was going on. Oh, in the story between Sha Qingyu and Chen Xiao, a third person appears. Hey, isn't this campus beauty Sha Master Chen's woman? What's going on with this guy? Obviously, some of these people are not well informed. But someone immediately helped to explain. Don't you know? That person's name is Yi Feng. It seems that there was a rumor before that Yi Feng and the campus beauty Sha were in love. Ah, does that mean that young Master Chen has no skills? This is too shocking. It feels like there's another good show to watch. Everyone enjoys eating melons. But on Sha Qingyu's side, she saw Yi Feng suddenly appear. But I inexplicably felt a little disgusted. Especially when I heard him call me Sister Qingyu. Sha Qingyu thought to herself, who is his sister Qingyu? Calling her so affectionately, isn't that disgusting? In fact, Sha Qingyu had ignored Yifeng for a long time. But Yifeng actually still treated her as his woman. This made Sha Qingyu speechless. What's going on? She didn't want to bother with Yifeng anymore. Why does Yifeng still look like, I'll take care of your affairs? Who is he to me? What's more, Sha Qingyu was shocked when she thought that Yifeng was dating other women. She felt nauseous. Sha Qingyu also didn't understand how Yifeng could be so shameless. Doesn't he already have another girlfriend? And there is more than one. Now Sha Qingyu was extremely suspicious as to why she had developed such an infinite fondness for such a man who had multiple relationships at the same time. Obsessed with it, even for him, she gave up the chance to be a rich wife. However, Sha Qingyu still thinks of it. With Yifeng's ability, he will make a lot of money in the future. But Yifeng's money was spent by many women together. Then Sha Qingyu would rather not have it. But Yifeng was completely unaware of Sha Qingyu's thoughts. In fact, even if he knew, he would still feel impossible. Absolutely impossible. I am the male protagonist of the system, Sister Qingyu, how could you not like me? She is the heroine that the system assigned me the task of conquering. It is definitely Chen Luo who is secretly doing something here. Damn villain. As soon as Yifeng came up, he was full of confidence. On his way here, he had thought of a strategy to deal with the situation. It seems, this time, Chen Luo offered Sister Qingyu a monthly salary of 8,000. This is too low. Quote, although Yifeng hasn't made a lot of money yet. But he has made progress in other areas. For example, I had some contact with Chen Ruizu. After completing several tasks, I received RMB from the system. About 30,000. On Zhang Xiaoyu's side, Yifeng is also making smooth progress. Even later, after completing the major main tasks of the system, Yifeng will rise suddenly. Therefore, he has enough confidence to win back Sha Qingyu. Yifeng walked up to Chen Luo and said directly, Chen Luo. I know you are playing some tricks. Haha, you want my sister Qingyu to work for you and change into a bunny girl costume for you. No way. Do you think my sister Qingyu is this kind of person? Don't dream. Sister Manhwa, I am threatened by you, but Sister Qingyu, I will protect her very well, you should give up this idea as soon as possible. Don't think that I'm afraid of you just because you're the young master of the Chen family. 3 years in the east, 3 years in the west. I, Yifeng, will make you regret it one day. Yifeng is worthy of being the male protagonist. Even with the system and rapid growth, he still has the aura of standing at a low point. If it was a villain, the line should be, you are Chen Luo. Haha, get out of here. But, no matter whether it is the male protagonist or the villain, Chen Luo has no interest at all. He originally wanted to be a behind-the-scenes boss. Now everything is just beginning to unfold. There is no need to fight to the death with Chen Luo over Kekeg too. But a response still needs to be given. Chen Luo smiled and said, really? But unfortunately, Sha Qingyu has already signed a contract with me. The contract stipulates that if Sha Qingyu breaches the contract, she will have to pay me 3 times my salary as liquidated damages. Of course, it's not much, only 24,000. Chen Luo's words made Yifeng's expression freeze again. Depend on. Yifeng couldn't help but curse inwardly. The little balance he had just accumulated was just over 30,000 yuan, but now he had to pay more than 20,000 yuan in compensation. When money is scarce, even the male protagonist can do nothing. However, when I thought about it, I realized that this was to save my sister Qingyu from the dire straits. Yifeng will not be stingy at all. He gritted his teeth, looked at Chen Luo angrily, and said heavily, okay. I will pay for sister Qingyu's breach of contract fee. 24,000. 24,000. Chen Luo didn't mind too much. Anyway, without Sha Qingyu, it would be the same if he found someone else. Don't forget, Chen Luo is a rich young master. In the world of the evil young master, in addition to the heroine and supporting female characters, there are also many beauties. Chen Luo has seen some of them. This kind of job, if you let it go, you can easily find a dozen of them. Yifeng felt that he was simply too great now. After he said this, he turned back gently. In his heart, he was still thinking about the last time Sha Qingyu avoided his hand-holding. I have forgotten it all. Yifeng is the male protagonist, how could he be angry with the female protagonist? He will pamper all the heroines tenderly. Qingyu, it's okay, don't worry, I'm here, I won't let you get hurt at all. Yifeng has made up his mind that he will make sure to find out clearly later. What on earth did Chen Luo do to make Sister Qingyu compromise? Otherwise, Sister Qingyu, how could you possibly agree to it on your own initiative? Yi Feng felt that it was 100% impossible. Then remember to transfer the money to me. Add to that the tens of thousands you earned before. You don't have much time left, Yi Feng. Chen Luo smiled. Don't worry, I won't give you a penny less. Yi Feng gritted his teeth. In fact, he felt very sad at this moment. But he had no choice. Perhaps, this is the sorrow of those who have the system. This is the tribulation I must go through. Yi Feng thought so and felt that he was so cool. Then Sha Qingyu, our cooperation has come to an end. Chen Luo said generously to Sha Qingyu again. However, neither of them expected that at this time. Sha Qingyu, who had been silent on the side, suddenly spoke up. What do you mean by termination? Who said it's going to be terminated? Chen Luo, we have already signed the contract. Don't think about getting rid of me. I, Sha Qingyu, will work under you. I don't care. Quote. As soon as these words came out, instantly, Chen Luo was a little stunned. Yi Feng was just standing there in a daze. He looked at Sha Qingyu with an expression of disbelief. Yi Feng collapsed directly. Sister Qingyu, what did you just say? Chapter 48. At this time, Yi Feng couldn't believe his ears. No matter what, he couldn't accept this fact. Sister Qingyu, you took the initiative to say that you want to work for Chen Luo. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Chen Luo must be cheating here. Quote. Yi Feng immediately blamed all this on Chen Luo. But, just now Chen Luo also calmly agreed to my request. He didn't seem to be very attached to Qingyu. There didn't seem to be any scheme on his part. However, the hero is still the hero after all. In his opinion, it was absolutely impossible for Chen Luo to get his sister Qingyu without any conspiracy or trickery. How could the girls that the system asked them to capture fall in love with these promiscuous villain young masters? Therefore, Yi Feng turned his head and looked at Chen Luo fiercely and said, Master Chen. I have already promised to give you money, why are you still pestering my sister Qingyu? When Chen Luo heard this, he was dumbfounded. Quote question mark. What do you mean I'm pestering your sister Qingyu? Didn't she say that herself? Sometimes, Chen Luo really wanted to call the police. But he has already accepted that the characters of the cool male and female protagonists in Urban Evil Young Master have some problems. Chen Luo felt that arguing with these brain-sucking people was simply a waste of his life. But, he is not the type who would just sit there and wait for someone to scold him without saying anything. So, Chen Luo immediately counterattacked. Haha, I'm pestering Sha Qingyu. Ask her if I'm pestering her. Chen Luo's words made Yi Feng feel like he was shocked again. What does Chen Luo mean by this? Isn't he pestering Qingyu? How is this possible? As the male protagonist, he cannot accept this fact. Are you, a villain, more evil than me, the son of destiny? How can this be allowed? Behind Yi Feng, Sha Qingyu heard what Yi Feng said. I also felt a little angry for some reason. Although her feelings towards Chen Luo were not very deep. But at this time, Sha Qingyu's affection for Chen Luo was definitely greater than Yi Feng's. At least Chen Luo behaved like a gentleman and gave himself a chance to work. He didn't have any ulterior motives and even found a female photographer for himself. But what about Yi Feng? Right from the start, he called her, Sister Qingyu, as if they had a very close relationship. There were even several times during the process when Yi Feng wanted to put his arm around Sha Qingyu's shoulders and leave. However, Sha Qingyu dodged them all by leaning slightly to the side. But Yi Feng didn't care at all. He still wanted to reach out. How thick is this guy's face? At this moment, even Sha Qingyu felt disgusted. She also saw clearly what kind of character this brother Yi Feng, whom she liked, had. Even if he will really be successful in the future, he is still so passionate about every girl. That Sha Qingyu would rather not. At the same time, Sha Qingyu couldn't accept that Chen Luo clearly did nothing. But he was scolded by Yi Feng for himself. Thinking of this, she immediately said, Yi Feng. I tell you, I have nothing to do with you. I am also willing to work for Chen Luo, so don't bother me anymore. After saying that, Sha Qingyu walked to Chen Luo's car door and wanted to open it and get in. To show that you are indeed voluntary. But Yi Feng couldn't stand this kind of impact. If Sha Qingyu wanted to hold Yi Feng's hand before, she failed. The damage to his soul was relatively moderate. Including hearing that Sha Qingyu went to work for Chen Luo. Yi Feng could still accept it. But at this time, Sha Qingyu took the initiative to sit in Chen Luo's passenger seat. That was a critical hit. Yi Feng's mind suddenly filled in the blanks. Chen Luo had an arrogant smirk on his face and put his hand on Sha Qingyu's fair shoulder. Sha Qingyu did not resist at all. This is simply, what a catastrophic disaster. His heart was in pain. Yi Feng thought that he had many girlfriends. But he is sincere to every woman. Yi Feng swore that he would never let down any of his girlfriends. Yi Feng also knew that he had a system. It will definitely be awesome in the future. Therefore, even if he has many girlfriends at the same time, he can definitely afford it. Even if each person spends tens of thousands or millions. Yi Feng was full of confidence. The child of destiny with a system, what is there to be afraid of? Yi Feng is very clear, his future goal is to become the richest man in the world. Even though there is no system, it may take several years to build your own huge business empire. But Yi Feng's coming is destined to be very exciting. As a result, at the beginning, the first heroine I conquered, was I such a failure? Yi Feng was so angry that he almost vomited blood. However, what shocked Yi Feng even more was when Sha Qingyu walked to Chen Luo's car and wanted to open the door. Chen Luo locked the car door and said, "What are you doing?" Sha Qingyu was stunned when she saw this. "Chen Luo, I just want to take your car to the bar, is that not even possible?" "No, only Lin Yun can be my co-pilot." Chen Luo replied calmly. Boom. Sha Qingyu was hit by dog food again, and she regretted it even more. When Yi Feng saw this scene, he was also stunned. What's going on? Chen Luo actually refused to let Sister Qingyu get in the car. Yi Feng couldn't understand. Could it be that Chen Luo really did nothing? He didn't do anything behind the scenes, nor did he threaten Sister Qingyu. Even, you have no thoughts about Sister Qingyu. Impossible. How is this possible? Sister Qingyu is so beautiful, and Chen Luo has been pursuing her for 3 years. Isn't it because he wants to get her and lust after her body? How can I give up now? Yi Feng was confused, but the first thing he thought of was, that's great. Doesn't that mean I have more opportunities? Since Chen Luo is not willing to do it, I can definitely get Sister Qingyu back. Haha, Master Chen, you can pretend. When I get Sister Qingyu back, you will regret it. Yi Feng regained his confidence. Then he immediately stepped forward and said in a respectful tone, Sister Qingyu, don't worry, as long as I am here, I will never let anyone bully you. Come with me, I will definitely protect you for the rest of your life. When Sha Qingyu heard this, she was extremely speechless. This Yi Feng, is he poisonous? What time is it, and you are still saying such greasy words? In fact, these words, if they were said to Sha Qingyu in the past, that is definitely useful. If Sha Qingyu had heard this in the past, her eyes would have lit up immediately, and she would have replied, really? That's great, brother Yi Feng, yes, I believe you. In this way, Yi Feng could hold his head high and pick up Sha Qingyu on his bicycle with confidence. But now, Sha Qingyu only felt, maybe I should stay away from this outrageous man. She replied silently, no need, I don't need your protection. Even if Chen Luo doesn't let me get in the car, I won't go with you. Please stay away from me in the future. Thank you. Sha Qingyu's attitude became increasingly cold. Her affection for Yi Feng finally hit rock bottom. It hasn't been long since we met. The little good impression Sha Qingyu had of Yi Feng in her memory also disappeared. She couldn't understand why she liked this boy so much in the past. From her current perspective, this Yi Feng doesn't seem to have any shining points. Except for saying some greasy love words. He is currently wrapped in bandages, his face is a little crooked and a little swollen. In terms of appearance, he is not handsome at all. Sha Qingyu felt that perhaps this was a punishment for not knowing how to cherish it before. She didn't pester Chen Luo and said she would definitely get in the car. But the damage these words had on Yi Feng was ultimate. Yi Feng was standing there at this time, struck by lightning, feeling his whole body dark. Sister Qingyu, you want me to stay away from her in the future? Why? What did I do wrong? Yi Feng was completely confused at this time. He didn't even know what to do. Yi Feng's self-confidence was hit. He was somewhat at a loss. The system couldn't provide him with any help at this moment. Fortunately, at the critical moment, someone appeared. A somewhat fierce female voice came from a distance. Brother Yi Feng, what's wrong? Yi Feng looked up and a smile instantly appeared on his face. When he saw the girl, his mood improved. Because, the one who came here is a heroine in, Urban Evil Young Master. Zhang Xiaoyu, who has a bit of a tomboyish style. Chapter 49. Zhang Xiaoyu is the beauty of the wood department of Nanchang University. Like Sha Qingyu, she has long, shiny black hair. She has fair and delicate skin and loves to wear JK tops with black stockings. But unlike Sha Qingyu's purity, Zhang Xiaoyu has more. She is carefree, and when she is alone, she doesn't realize that she is a girl. She is obviously very beautiful and can be a goddess quietly. But they often speak loudly, destroying this atmosphere. Of course, everyone has a different personality. It doesn't just mean being pretty, it also means being gentle and quiet. People like Zhang Xiaoyu have quite a few suitors. People who like to be aggressive, like sisters who are aggressive. In the original novel, Zhang Xiaoyu would often be arm in arm with the protagonist, like a brother. Yi Feng looked helpless and called himself a younger brother in front of Zhang Xiaoyu to make her happy. The final outcome was, of course, that Zhang Xiaoyu was captured by Yi Feng. When the two were doing that, Zhang Xiaoyu was no longer generous. Instead, he became very gentle. Moreover, in the book, Zhang Xiaoyu also appears several times. Show the goddess style. She was dressed very elegantly, didn't say a word, and sat there gently and gracefully. Fascinated countless male compatriots. And all of them belonged to Yi Feng. In addition, Zhang Xiaoyu is one of the few sisters in the book who does not agree with Yi Feng having a harem. Perhaps the author just wrote it casually. Zhang Xiaoyu saw Yi Feng walking with other women several times. She would step forward and question him, with tears in her eyes. At this time, Yi Feng would usually coax Zhang Xiaoyu gently. Next, it was Zhang Xiaoyu who acted like a spoiled child and then forgave Yi Feng. In the end, Zhang Xiaoyu also accepted the fact that Yi Feng had multiple women. Describe it according to Chen Luo's words. That resisted, but not much. This should help the author to add some fun to the story. Moreover, Chen Luo also remembered that in the original book, Zhang Xiaoyu went to open a shop. The shop went through many hardships in the early days. For example, because Zhang Xiaoyu offended a certain young master, she encountered all kinds of difficulties when applying for documents. Some management in the college deliberately delayed and refused to process Zhang Xiaoyu's application. At the same time, this shop had also been smashed and looted by hooligans sent by the young masters, and it had even been let go once. It can be said that the incident was a huge commotion. Zhang Xiaoyu put a lot of effort into this. She cried countless times. But Zhang Xiaoyu did not admit defeat. However, how could a girl like her fight against those young masters with big backgrounds and big power? So in the end, Yi Feng appeared. Yi Feng relied on the system to overcome numerous difficulties and opened the shop with Zhang Xiaoyu. Later, when everyone asked whose shop Yi Feng invested in, he replied, Zhang Xiaoyu. This caused everyone to be amazed. Everyone felt that Zhang Xiaoyu's shop had the least hope of succeeding. But, how could the male protagonist fail? In the end, the shop founded by Yi Feng and Zhang Xiaoyu blew up the whole school. Even outside the school, people come here to visit. However, their business, such as dolls, figurines, and small accessories, is not very popular. Many of them were made by Zhang Xiaoyu herself. She has loved making these cute little gadgets since she was a child. It's amazing that this carefree tomboy actually has very dexterous hands and a delicate mind. Naturally, starting a jewelry store in school was not favored by others. Other students either opened beverage shops or invested in Western restaurants or fast food businesses. For college students, eating is just one day. It is indeed a bit difficult to realize the dream of dolls, handicrafts, and figures. But in front of Long Aocean and Yi Feng, these are nothing. The most important point is that these dolls and figurines made Yi Feng a lot of money. Part of the image was even noticed by a company in Nanchang, which purchased the copyright and registered the trademark. Yi Feng and Zhang Xiaoyu made a fortune directly. This is also described a lot in the book. Through Zhang Xiaoyu's shop, Yi Feng's financial situation has reached a new level. Of course, this is not allowed for Chen Luo. Therefore, Chen Luo will also block Zhang Xiaoyu's path. He has already thought of a solution. At this time, Zhang Xiaoyu suddenly appeared, and no one expected it. Chen Luo was calm inside. Anyway, he has nothing in common with Zhang Xiaoyu now. It doesn't matter. Sha Qingyu frowned, but not because she was looking at the other heroine. And jealous. Sha Qingyu just looked around, smelling the scent of war. Another beautiful woman appeared, and it seemed that she was here to help Yi Feng. Sha Qingyu felt that she could not avoid having a hostile relationship with her. Only Yi Feng was extremely happy at this time. He and Zhang Xiaoyu had made good progress before. He was injured a few days ago and Zhang Xiaoyu went to the hospital to see him. At the same time, he also said that he wanted to hit Chen Luo on the head with a hammer. He even threatened that the next time he saw Chen Luo, he would make him pay for it. How could this make Yi Feng unhappy? Although he didn't say it, he was actually very happy in his heart. Despite all this, Yi Feng was naturally reluctant to let Zhang Xiaoyu do it. Yi Feng believed in this kind of thing, such as giving Chen Luo a hammer, or making Chen Luo pay for it. He will finish eventually. However, the attitude of the heroines is very important. Yi Feng just wants them to be obedient. In Yi Feng's eyes, these systems are the women he wants to conquer. As long as they are obedient and let him complete the task successfully, Yi Feng is willing to protect them for the rest of their lives. The abnormality on Xia Qingyu's side made Yi Feng feel good about Zhang Xiaoyu, Chen Ruizu and others. Become more. He felt that, in comparison, his sisters Xiaoyu and Ruizu were more obedient. Therefore, Yi Feng also grinned and said, "Xiaoyu, why are you here?" Zhang Xiaoyu glanced at Chen Luo unkindly. This made Chen Luo speechless. "I just happened to be passing by. Are you in any trouble?" "Don't worry, brother Yi Feng, I'll help you." Zhang Xiaoyu looked at Yi Feng gently. Now there are outsiders here, so Zhang Xiaoyu will not embarrass Yi Feng. On the contrary, her disgust towards Chen Luo reached an extreme level. Zhang Xiaoyu originally didn't like these young masters. This is not just about the quarrels and grudges between her and the other young master. What's more, there is Chen Luo's identity as a villain. Zhang Xiaoyu stared at Chen Luo, anger rising in her heart. She remembered that before this, Chen Luo had actually had her brother Yi Feng beaten and seriously injured. It's really too much. Can't afford the money. Can you beat anyone up just for money? There is no law for this. To be honest, Yi Feng had stopped him at that time. Zhang Xiaoyu wanted to call the police and ask them to arrest all these guys. It's just too abominable. At the same time, Zhang Xiaoyu glanced at Xia Qingyu again. However, she didn't feel any aversion to Xia Qingyu. After all, Xia Qingyu is set to be the heroine. Now I am not too close to Yi Feng. What's more, Zhang Xiaoyu is also in love. She only restrained Yi Feng a few times. Most of the time afterwards, it was tacitly agreed that Yi Feng could date other women. Zhang Xiaoyu will also quietly put on sexy clothes to compete for Yi Feng. She walked directly in front of Chen Luo, stared at him for a while, and said bluntly, "You are Chen Luo, right? I have heard of you, I warn you. Don't think that you can do whatever you want with money. I believe that there is still justice in this world. If you dare to bully brother Yi Feng again next time, I, Zhang Xiaoyu, will definitely make sure you pay for it." Zhang Xiaoyu's tone was unfriendly and her face was full of anger. That wasn't a coquettish way of speaking, but a real warning. This made Chen Luo frown a little. "No, do I know you well? Do I need you to warn me? Who the hell do you think you are?" Chen Luo rolled his eyes inwardly. He was not a pushover and had no choice but to swallow his anger. He immediately retorted, "Haha, really? What if I continue to send people to beat him up? What will you do? Then I will call the police. Let the police arrest you." Zhang Xiaoyu was immediately furious. She had never seen such a shameless person. "No, who does he think he is? You are still so arrogant when you beat people. Is there no law?" However, Zhang Xiaoyu is not the kind of person who would succumb to fate. At this time, she stared at Chen Luo. In terms of momentum, not inferior at all. But Chen Luo replied, "Oh, then go call the police and let them arrest me." "You." Zhang Xiaoyu was immediately furious when she heard this. "Damn you." Her inner impression of Chen Luo dropped to the lowest point. Chapter 50. Zhang Xiaoyu felt that this guy was simply lawless. Damn it, these young masters are all the same, also annoying. My brother Yi Feng is still the best. Humph, if these people knew about brother Yi Feng's ability, I guess they would all be shocked. My brother Yi Feng is different from you young masters who only know how to rely on your family. Zhang Xiaoyu thought so in her heart. She already knew that Yi Feng intended to help her start a business on campus. This directly increased Zhang Xiaoyu's favorable impression towards Yi Feng. Compare him with Chen Luo again. Zhang Xiaoyu felt that her brother Yi Feng was the best man in the world. Where can I find such a good man? Even if he had an affair with another woman, there's nothing we can do about it, right? All I have to do is work harder so that brother Yi Feng can love me more. That's enough. Zhang Xiaoyu thought so in her heart. If Chen Luo knew about this, he will feel it. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just right, the girl and the idiot Shuang, that's it. HMPH, don't think I don't dare. Let me tell you, no matter who you are, I, Zhang Xiaoyu, am not afraid of you. Zhang Xiaoyu had a lot of thoughts in her mind. But his mouth was never idle. Her tomboyish character was fully displayed. If she had a hammer in her hand now, she would definitely raise it to scare Chen Luo. But Chen Luo was very calm. Really? Actually, there's no need to be so sure. We might have other intersections in the future. Chen Luo suddenly smiled and said so. This made Xia Qingyu, who was standing next to her, stunned. Could it be that Chen Luo has feelings for this girl? Sha Qingyu doesn't regard Chen Luo as a loyal man now. But even if this is the fact, Sha Qingyu cannot accept it. What I mean is that not only am I not as good as Lin Yun, I can't even compare to this girl. Or is Chen Luo really tired of me? But, I'm clearly wearing black stockings, do you want me to dress up in a different way? However, Sha Qingyu thought of it immediately. Just now, she said she wanted to dress up as a bunny girl. He also invited Chen Luo to appreciate it, but Chen Luo refused. Even the bunny girl doesn't work, how else can I dress up? Sha Qingyu felt very strange inside. This inexplicable sense of loss made her feel a little sad. In terms of charm, he actually lost to 2 girls in a row. Sha Qingyu couldn't accept it. And behind him, Yi Feng also thought it was not good when he heard it. Damn it, I shouldn't have let Xiao Yu stand in front of the young master of the Chen family. No, I shouldn't have let them communicate so close. The young master of the Chen family must have had some lustful thoughts. Yi Feng doesn't want Zhang Xiaoyu to have anything to do with Chen Luo anymore. He immediately stepped forward and stood between Chen Luo and Zhang Xiaoyu. But in fact, Zhang Xiaoyu himself was also a little confused. Are there other intersections? What does this guy mean? Could it be that he has taken a fancy to me? I've heard that these young masters are all extremely fickle, and they are the type that just throw away the love after playing around. Ah, what bad luck. The look of disgust on Zhang Xiaoyu's face became even more intense. She also said directly, haha, who wants to have anything to do with you? It would be best if you never come to me and don't bully brother Yi Feng, then I will thank you. Okay, Xiaoyu, don't waste time talking to this guy. Don't worry, I'm not afraid of him. Chen Luo, I'll return your money to you. That's it, Xiaoyu, let's go. Yi Feng also started talking at this time. Chen Luo didn't know what Zhang Xiaoyu was thinking. He only knew that he would definitely go find Zhang Xiaoyu later. Yi Feng can't be allowed to earn this money. Zhang Xiaoyu's shop. Chen Luo also has to invest and buy it out. On the contrary, they specifically targeted Yi Feng. With the rich woman Lin Yun around, Chen Luo was not at all panicked. As for whether there will be other troubles in the process, Chen Luo will find a way to settle it when the time comes. However, Chen Luo and Sha Qingyu still underestimated Yi Feng's amazing shamelessness. Chen Luo saw that Yi Feng was holding Zhang Xiaoyu's hand and wanted to take her away. He actually hasn't forgotten and wants to take Sha Qingyu away. Sister Qingyu, please come with me. Believe me, I will definitely protect you, okay. I can only say that Yi Feng is worthy of being set as a male. Even towards Sha Qingyu, he was helpless. His attitude was still gentle. But these words fell into Sha Qingyu's ears. But it made her feel very sick. No, you're holding other girls with your right hand, and you want to hold me with your left hand. Sha Qingyu was stunned. The most important thing is, Zhang Xiaoyu on the side reacted to this matter as if she didn't see it. There was a hint of curiosity in her expression. Chen Luo knew that this meant that he should wait until no one was around. Zhang Xiaoyu's female character is definitely designed to act like a spoiled brat. For example, humph, brother Yi Feng, you're holding my hand, but you still want to hold hands with other girls. That's really too much. I'm ignoring you. Then Yi Feng would say very calmly, there is no other way, Xiaoyu, I can't just watch Qingyu fall into the hands of the young master of the Chen family, right? She is my good friend. Zhang Xiaoyu would not pursue the matter and would be coaxed into submission easily. Then she said playfully, then I will punish you, kiss me, and I won't blame you. Then Yi Feng gave her a helpless kiss, and Zhang Xiaoyu was extremely happy. Outrageous harem, that's it. The women all compete for favor and are infinitely tolerant of the men. The most important thing is that there is nothing wrong with Chen Luo's idea. At this time, Zhang Xiaoyu was indeed just a little jealous. But if you ask her if she cares a lot, she doesn't mind much. I'm just curious, I don't know how strong this girl is. It feels like a strong enemy. Zhang Xiaoyu felt a little panicked and scared. She was worried that she would not be able to compete with Sha Qingyu for favor. At this time, Zhang Xiaoyu didn't realize that there was anything wrong with her idea. Because in her eyes, Yi Feng is now a very excellent and perfect man. For such a charming man, wouldn't it be normal for a few more girls to like him and stay with him? However, Chen Luo was not interested in this at all. Yi Feng didn't even think about taking 2 girls away at the same time. He was in some kind of Shira field, like 5 girls were jealous of him at the same time. Chen Luo doesn't care. The time he and Lin Yun agreed upon was approaching. Chen Luo was in a hurry to have dinner with Lin Yun. True love can only be given to one person. But just when Chen Luo was about to drive away, he suddenly heard Sha Qingyu say for the first time, "No, Yifeng, I'll say it one last time. You and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. Don't bother me anymore, and don't talk to me. I feel sick." As soon as Sha Qingyu said this, Zhang Xiaoyu became anxious on the spot. "You woman, you said my brother Yifeng is disgusting. Do you know how outstanding brother Yifeng is?" But just when Zhang Xiaoyu was about to help Yifeng, when she saw Sha Qingyu, she turned to Chen Luo and said, "Chen Luo, just take me with you. Don't worry, I will never disturb you. Besides, I already like you a little bit. If you hold on a little longer, we might get a better result, right?" It is already amazing that Sha Qingyu can achieve this level. She still couldn't let go of her pride. Sha Qingyu thought that she began to encourage Chen Luo to pursue her. This is equivalent to giving Chen Luoshan a big hint. No, this is already clear, right? When Zhang Xiaoyu saw this scene, she was immediately furious. So, this girl likes the eldest son of the Chen family. Haha, I didn't expect that she would be this kind of woman. She is so depraved. No wonder she rejected brother Yifeng. Quote, that's a sign of her being blind. At the same time, Zhang Xiaoyu also looked at Chen Luo with a very contemptuous look. She thought, how could a young master like Chen Luo not eat a beautiful woman who came to his doorstep? Perhaps, they will have a big fight tonight. Zhang Xiaoyu was very disdainful of this. But what happened next shocked Zhang Xiaoyu. She saw that Chen Luo did not make it clear to Sha Qingyu and just said lightly, "I don't like you anymore, why should I insist? Please let go of my hand, I'm in a hurry." Chen Luo's calm words shattered Sha Qingyu's last bit of fantasy. She looked like she had lost her soul. "I don't like you, I don't like you." These words echoed in Sha Qingyu's mind. She silently let go of her hand, and Chen Luo closed the car window directly. He stepped on the accelerator and left. It seems that there is really no regret at all. But this scene fell into Zhang Xiaoyu's eyes. She just opened her mouth, her face full of disbelief. The eldest son of the Chen family rejected such a beautiful girl. No, how is this possible? Zhang Xiaoyu was dumbfounded. She almost doubted her eyesight. And it made her even more horrified. Just after Chen Luo left, Yifeng immediately smiled, and once again went up to him and said, "Qingyu, don't be angry with me. If I did something wrong, I'll apologize, okay? Were we still fine before? If it's because I don't make money now, you don't want to be with me. Then I promise you, I will make a lot of money next time. I need your help, Qingyu." The plot development is somewhat different from the original. The system did not give any more prompts. Yifeng can only rely on his own emotional intelligence. But, without the system, Yifeng has no ability at all. At this time, I can only beg desperately, hoping that Sha Qingyu will change her mind. In fact, if Yifeng had known Sha Qingyu from the beginning, he wouldn't have needed to go through so much trouble to get her. Women are all good at self-strategy. But now, Sha Qingyu's character has collapsed. The more she looked at Yifeng, the more disgusted she felt. Especially, when Yifeng said this, he did not let go of Zhang Xiaoyu's hand. Sha Qingyu said that unless she was crazy, she would not accept Yifeng's kindness. "Why, you want me to be a junior high school student? Or even a junior high school student, a junior high school student, or a junior high school student?" Sha Qingyu doesn't have the habit of cheating on herself. And Yifeng didn't know what it was. That scene just now also brought a great shock to Zhang Xiaoyu. She looked at Yifeng again and invited Sha Qingyu to leave together. She looked down and saw Yifeng holding her hand. Zhang Xiaoyu suddenly wanted to let go and didn't want Yifeng to continue holding her hand. Her mentality also began to collapse.